What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
We here. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, shout out.
I'm doing all right.
All right. I like that. I was looking at the chat, and they was like, Deke finna be on Naji the whole episode. And I was trying not to, laugh. But I'm like, yo, y'all are funny. They really know you, huh?
It doesn't have to be the whole episode.
I say, yo, literally the first two comments I saw pop up, bro. LS_elite. Deke finna be on Naji the whole episode. Grant A. Deke is a little mad with Naj for sure. It's almost like they know you, man.
I'm the only one.
You ain't the only one, but they know that if there's anyone that's for certain, yeah. It was like, yo, Deke ain't playing with that one day.
Just catch the ball. Just catch the toss. That's all I really got to say.
Bro. Just catch it.
Huge turning point in the game. Like, if you want to just boil that game down to one sentence or one little moment. We're down one score and in their zone.
Yep.
Catch that toss.
Yep.
We could talk about our points off turnovers in the first half. We could talk about all that.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever it was the second half, whenever it was winning time, we were in their zone, down one score.
Yep. Big talk.
Catch the halfback toss.
Big facts, man.
But I mean, we got outplayed. Like if you look at the whole game and everything, we got outplayed and everything. I mean, the refs didn't help us out. And
yeah, we definitely talk about it.
Yeah, there's little things, there's little nuances to it, but
yeah,
if you really want to boil it down to one play or one moment,
that was a critical moment, man.
Because I would have liked to seen how our defense looked if we end up scoring a touchdown on that drive, and then it's 20-20, or even just kick a field goal, 20-16.
That's a lot more pressure. It's a way different vibe. Yeah, 100% on that, man. Oh, yeah, plenty to talk about, though. Plenty to talk about with that, man. But before we get too deep in it, man, how was the weekend, though, for you, man? And shout out to the flannel. Clean, crisp.
Good. Outside
I like
of the
Steeler
vibes,
game.
man.
I like the vibes.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Had a good time. It's the holidays, man. I'm
yeah,
meeting with friends and family over weekends and throughout these weeks. It's just good. It's good catching up with people and
respect.
Having a good time.
I'm about to say I saw you Friday morning to start the weekend off, and then from there it was a vibe. I like it, man. Weekend was solid. Yeah, it was a solid weekend, man. Heisman Trophy. Shout out to that. How'd you feel, man? Good old Travis Hunter.
I think it was appropriate. I was surprised at how close it was.
It was low key close. That was the closest one since I forgot who it was, early 2000 time frame. They said it was closest one in a while, man. I mean, Genty had a heck of a season though.
My vote would have been for Hunter, but yeah,
Same.
Genty was sick too.
Yeah.
Nothing against Genty. It's just like Travis Hunter did something we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And he did it at an elite level on both sides. Yes, have there been better receiver seasons? Sure, but and have their
DB seasons,
right?
Sure,
yes,
standalones, right?
Yeah,
but not when you're combining the two.
Playing 100 snaps a game and being elite at both of those spots.
Yeah,
Colorado had a really good season too.
No, they absolutely did, and he was a big part of that as well, man. Offensively and defensively, man.
Stats could have been better too. He was hurt for like a game and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's out for a little bit.
Yeah, but no, it was a vibe though, man. So it was good to see that part, man. Good to see him prime time stuff like, yo, this is hard right here. I like this right here, man. So like I said, man, it was good. It was a vibe right there, man. We did clinch a playoff spot, so that was good to officially get our ticket punched for the dance.
Right, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you need to get your ticket punched one way or the other. We would have liked it to be punched after a victory so we could feel better about it, but we still got the ticket punched, so yeah, solid right there. We definitely likes playoffs. Y'all hit that like button for the playoffs, man. Y'all know how we do about that. Y'all know how we feel about the playoffs, man. All right, so we definitely had to get that first. So we got that locked in now. And then we still got everything.
Yeah, it's kind
else
of a big deal. I guess it comes off the heels of a bad loss, but
right. But
just get in the dance.
Think about it, man. There were people that didn't think that we were going to make the playoffs this season, man. People thought we weren't going to have a winning record this season. There were a lot of, doubts or people having, I guess,
I made money off
confidence.
the books thinking that way.
Yeah. But now it is official. It's no longer speculative. It's not this team could make it. It's like, yo, they are officially in the playoffs, man. Regardless of the win or loss, man, that right there, shout out to that, man. That was big time, man. And we didn't have to wait till the last game of the season to clinch that spot either. which is also very refreshing. We know how the past, we've had multiple times lately where it's coming down to the last game or two. We looking around, did they lose? Did we win? Is everything going right for us? We don't have to worry about anything these next couple of weeks. If we want to win the division, we know we still can knock that up this Saturday. But as a whole, it's like,
we win this week. You're guaranteed a home playoff game.
Yeah, everything we've done up until this point, man, it's like, it's a testament to this squad, the completeness of it, and how they've been able to overcome the different adversity, whether it's in the form of a loss or some of the injuries that we've sustained as well, man. It's like, they did an awesome job thus far to get themselves in the position to clinch this early. But now, like I said, man, we still got another big ordeal this week coming up to get that home playoff game, which we know just adds to our chances of winning the Super Bowl. More games we can have coming through Pittsburgh, better it's going to be, man.
It's not going to hurt.
Absolutely not, man. Especially when you look around the league, man, AFC-wise, it's still very much vulnerable. You saw the Chiefs, how they look, man?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Buffalo, you saw how they look. We see, let's see who else. Denver, right? All Baltimore. We're going to see them again anyways, and we know how we match up, but we're going to talk about that later on. But it's like...
Was that like a humble brag type of comment when you mentioned Buffalo?
No, I'm just saying in the sense of every team that is viewed as a top team in the AFC, how do we not match up well with them is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can beat anyone. I don't think yesterday's
scores a lot,
result
defense.
changes who we are and what we can be going forward.
Yeah.
We lost to a good team on the road, short-handed. It happens. And they played good. Like, you got to give credit to Jalen Hurts.
Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. They're money guys on offense. Play like money guys.
Yeah. And they haven't been the last month or so.
Absolutely.
So I don't think our strategy was that bad going into it, where we really tried to stop Saquon Barkley, and we did a good job of that.
Heck yeah.
And we made Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith beat us. And unfortunately, they did.
Sometimes
and Naji dropped the toss.
As that. Sometimes just as simple as
Even with Jalen Hurts and those two dudes cooking us, we were down 20-13. Second half, just catch the toss.
Yeah. Because that's the difference, too, man, when you're talking about the way their offense was playing and obviously some of the stuff we had defensively. And like I said, we definitely going to get into this even more, man, once we officially start the show. But I also look at just the amount of time they had the ball, too, man. It's like all of that matters, man. It's not like we saw offense go out there and they couldn't move the football, especially, like I said, in that drive in the second half. It's just you can't have the self-inflicted. And now you're in a situation where that team isn't going to allow you to get the ball back, which we saw then with that 21-play drive. You're just like, bro, holy smokes. Like, this is craziness. But it's one of them things right now, man. It's one of them things. But plenty, man, to still, like I said, man, be locked in on, because we got big action coming up on Saturday, man. Big action. But I'm trying
Saturday game. Pumped for that.
Heck yeah, man. When the last time we played on Saturday anyways?
I think last year.
I like it.
I think we did twice last year, actually.
Might
have been 2 or 3 weeks in a row, actually.
I felt like the end of the season, right? January. That January game was a Saturday.
Yeah, we had a bunch of Saturday games, actually.
Yeah.
So I think that Mason game, Cincy, was Saturday.
Ooh, was that?
I think so.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he cooked them. Yeah. Okay.
And then that Ravens game, that was a Saturday, because we had to wait.
Yeah.
For the Sunday games. I think we had to wait all night. And then for the 1 o'clock games, it was that Titans-Jaguars we watched on 1 o'clock.
I like it, man. All right. Well, shoot, man. We're going to get this thing rolling. We're going to get this thing started. But, Deke, we got an oldie today. An oldie but goodie. One of our good friends of the show, talking none other than that DraftKings Sportsbook. You know today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. They are the top-rated sportsbook and app in all of North America, not North of America, even though we are in America. But the beauty is they are safe, they are secure, and more importantly, they are reliable, man. And on top of that, man, they come with gifts. And that gift is this, man. When you download the app, for the new customers out there, you bet that first $5, you'll get $150 in bonus bets instantly by just simply using the promo code Moats. All right, simple concept, man. Give you a chance to give yourself an opportunity to, liven up the watching experience, especially with some of these big time holiday games coming up. Heard it's a big showdown on Christmas. But I also know that for some people, you can get lost in that sauce, man. Might develop a gambling problem. For those that live in New York, you see the number to text. For everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER. I said you better call 1-800 Gambler. Now, drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from, so that way we can get those big boy shout outs to start today's show. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Grant A from the 818, Los Angeles.
Hey now.
Mike Hood, Columbus, the 614.
There it is.
Tito Good Vibes, the 817, Fort Worth, Texas. We got Dominic Ballish, the 352, Mount Dora, Florida.
Let's go. Hey, Deke, they showing the homie love, man. Michael G said, that boy can sing. Leah Warren says, wow. Just wow. She's just an utter, just like her heart is fluttering right now. Respect that, man. Y'all know the vocals to get vocally every once in a while, man. Peter's Pasta, shout out. The homie says, yo, now that's how you read an ad right there. Shout out to Peter's Pasta. You know what time it is, man. You know, we try to do it on occasion, man. And Kenneth Mosov also said that all of the dogs in the neighborhood are just up and they just couldn't believe how beautiful the vocals sounded, Deke. I know you could confirm that, so shout out. You know, you don't got to say it vocally. It's all good. Yep.
Leah Warren, the 254. Kenneth Moses from the 757. And Brobarian, the 757.
The crib.
Say a few more. We got Greenville, South Carolina, the 864. That is Brandon Griffin tuning in from there.
Let's go.
D-Boy Fades from Boise, Idaho. Okay. Says Ashton Genty got snubbed.
Hold on. Where you say you from?
Boise, Idaho.
All right, now.
I didn't think it was going to be that close. There's probably a case that he got snubbed. I would have voted Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, that was my pick.
What sold it for you is just the fact that, offense, defense, we've never seen to that extent, man.
What, 4 picks on defense and, like, a legit elite season at the receiver position. And Colorado did good.
The Genty has a team college football playoffs. He's, like, I think, 100, maybe $150 to $180 short of the record, Barry Sanders' rushing record for college football.
Was that in more or less games?
Yeah, I was about to say that's the real question.
It might be in less, because if he got that record with a bowl game, or maybe it might be the same.
Yeah.
Did Genty play 13 games? Was he in the? Because he was in the Mountain West Championship, so that's 13.
Mm-hmm. And they said that
maybe that's in 14 games for Sanders.
But they also brought up that I guess with Genty this season, Wisconsin, not Rondane, Melvin Gordon. They said supposedly his numbers were, I guess, like the same.
Oh my God, that was in 11 games for Barry Sanders.
Barry was, well, they say Barry. They said Barry had his like back half 4-game stretch. He had another like 1,000 yards,
2,600 yards, and 37
like crazy,
touchdowns in 11 games.
Yeah, craziness, bro. But that's why it's Barry. So this would be 2 extra games, is what or would this make 3 extra games?
I think it would at least be 2 if he was healthy for all of them. Yeah, I mean, if you're from Idaho, if you're a Boise State fan, there's probably a legitimate case.
Yeah. And another argument for some Boise fans have been that Genty wasn't playing the full games versus some of these teams due to the blowouts. But I think
13 games and 2 more games.
Yeah. Some people bring up the fact that, like I said, he wasn't playing complete games because of the blowouts. But then the Travis Hunter crowd says that's due to the lack of competition as well, because obviously Colorado playing Big 12, you're playing just on a week-to-week basis, a lot higher talent. Whereas with Genty, he did have a great
Barely.
game versus Oregon, but the rest of the teams, when you're just stacking them up, that's the part where it's like, all right, man.
We know that Big 12 conference ain't it.
Well, I mean, that's fair, but if the Big 12 isn't it, then what we saying about the Mountain West?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just ripping on the Big 12 because West Virginia's in it.
Hey, man, you know Big 12 suck, man. I'm with you. They do that rich ride back, though. They saying championship now,
the yards per attempt, though. Genty's at 7.3. Barry was at 7.6.
7.3?
So even though it was in two more games,
bro.
like the yards per attempt is right
there. Heck yeah.
I guess just was it less attempts? No, but it was the same exact amount of attempts, even with Genty playing two more games. So to those people's point about him not playing because they'd be running up the scores and they just wanted to rest the starters.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he could have had about like 40, 50 more touches at least.
Not respect.
And at that yards per carry,
yeah,
maybe that does beat out Sanders. But it is in two more games. But it's really the attempts that matter, I guess, right?
Because that's the case.
Hell of a season.
Heck yeah. I'm like, yo, the fact that he's in that convo and he was that close as number 2, I'm like, yo, that's elite. I don't look at it as like, yo, he got robbed either, though. I'm like, yo, I think it was a heck of a season and it's a heck of an honor that he got even that close. But, man, I ain't gonna lie. What I was saying with Travis Hunter, dude, on both sides, you're like, man, we're not just talking about a guy just playing snaps. We're talking about a guy that's still loosely based, you throw him top 20 statistically in multiple categories, both on offense and defense. You're like, bro, that's not a guy that's just out here getting cardio. That's a guy that's having impact, that's having production. And then you also talk about just when you're watching the games, you're going to name maybe 1 to 2 games tops where he was really targeted like that. The other times, you see, playmaker, man. So, yeah, heck of a season though by Genty, though, man. Heck of a season. I did want to shout out the homie Jermaine Go Long because he is international viewing, man. He's in Zanzibar, Tanzania. Shout out to that, but he's from the crib 757 VA and 662 Mississippi. So shout out to you out there, baby. We definitely appreciate you rocking out with us today, man.
He led the league in pass deflections, had 4 picks on defense. Again, we just haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
Charles Woodson did his thing by going both ways a little bit, but it was more gimmicky. Didn't Desmond Howard do some of that stuff?
Woodson
not
was
full time each side.
Or no, not Woodson. Gamble, Chris Gamble, Ohio State was probably the last guy we saw do it to at least that type of level on both sides. But even with that, like you said, man, with Travis Hunter, how loud it was for him on both sides, the way that you would see him take over games at times. With both sides, you're like, yeah, man, we weren't seeing dudes do that in forever.
Says he wants to do it in the pros, too.
Hey, look, man, we'll let him try till he can't. Try till you can't.
I say that should be the approach.
Try till you can't, man.
Why not? Because, it could be one of the most valuable draft picks you could add to your team there. If you get an elite cornerback and an elite receiver.
If this is the case.
For 1 pick, that's a steal.
If this is the case, Deke, I will forever stand corrected. Like, yo, that's different. I've never seen that. I just personally, I don't think that it's going to work out the exact same way that we think it's going to work out due to how he looked in college, just because at this level, we're talking about everybody being professional. They're the 1% at that one thing. So it's like you're the best wide receiver because that's all you focus on. That's what makes you elite. This corner is great because he's been focusing on corner for how long, or, just specializing in one thing. So the theory is he can take less time preparing and still have that type of impact. Whereas collegiately, typically his athleticism is just that much better than the guy that he's going against. So it's less about necessarily the mental preparation with, and it's more about just, go out there and make a play. I think he could do it moonlighting. I just don't think he could do the full time, like how he's a full-time starter on offense, full-time starter on defense. I think that's tough. But shoot, we seen I know early on Julian Edelman up in New England, he was playing both sides of the ball, but it wasn't a full-time starter. It was slot corner or slot receiver. Then on occasion, he would come in there and play like the dime corner and stuff like that, and then do some punt return. But it wasn't, he's the starting outside corner versus the number 1 receiver, and he's the number 1 receiver on offense as well. It's like, that's just a lot to put on him.
Yeah, I like the idea of just let him do it till he can't, until he proves that He can't do it because it wouldn't be the end of the world if you're halfway through his rookie season or at the end of his first year and you look at it and say to yourself, okay, you got to pick one. That's not the end of the world. At least you tried. You got to see what he could do going both ways like that. And you've seen how many times dudes have to switch positions going from like quarterbacks to receivers.
How do you make that
and stuff
decision
like
that quick in a couple of games where usually we look at you as a receiver and we'll give you a whole rookie season to figure it out. If you're a corner and you're a rookie, we'll give you a whole year to figure it out. But everything is getting kind of like muddied because of you torn one side versus the other.
I'm guessing it'll just come down to fatigue and just what his body's telling him to. Yeah. It should kind of be black and white like that, I would assume, as opposed to like you still wondering if he could develop. Is he
good enough to do it?
Right, that's at either of those positions.
Yeah, because I'm like,
he should be good enough to do it.
Athletically, he's good enough. I think athletically, if you dedicate him to corner, he could play that. I think athletically, if you dedicate him to wide receiver, he could do that. But we talking about just splitting that. Even when we look at GP, right, and think about how dominant GP has been, and all he works on is just playing wide receiver. And there's still areas where we're like, yo, he could still be better. And that's all he does. Now imagine if we were cutting that preparation in half and we're like, yo, GP, what you also worried about safety or learning this other position too is like, you're going to lack some detail with it, man. That's the only thing that's making me hesitant with it, man. But
the dude is very talented.
Heck yeah.
He just won a Heisman.
No one thought he could do it in college, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I would let him try.
Yeah.
I would. And he needs to pray that he goes to the right organization, too, because I could see it going really south if you're going to the Raiders or like
the Giants.
The Giants, and they're trying to handle this. If you go to the Steelers,
where is he
I feel like Tomlin would be able to handle it pretty well.
Who's going to be drafting in the top five? Because he's not going out the top five.
Yeah, he might go one or two, actually.
Raiders, Giants, maybe Titans.
Shador's probably going one, but there's a really good chance
Shador's
Hunter
gonna go one?
goes two.
I think Travis will go. I think Travis will go first.
Nah. I think a team will, if it's Raiders or Giants number one, they're going to take a quarterback.
Yeah, respect on
unless a team trades up to make sure they get Hunter. That would be my guess. But I could see Hunter going over Cam Ward.
Yeah.
So what other teams are in the Panthers? They're going to be in the mix.
Yeah, and they don't need a quarterback.
So that would be a disaster for Hunter if he goes to the Panthers.
Well, actually,
it would need to be one of those like.
Hold on. It could work in Carolina though. You got Xavier Legette, so you don't have to be option A on offense, and you got J.C. Horn, so you don't have to be option A on defense.
I'm saying I don't think they're going to be able to develop him right at either of those spots.
They probably won't.
To the degree that he needs to
There's a strong possibility that their organization.
He needs like a 49ers situation where a good organization just had this weird down year because of injuries, and they're drafting in the top 5. I don't know who that is right now. I don't think there are any teams like that.
Because San Fran isn't that bad.
Jaguars are going to be picking top 5.
Jets aren't that bad. San Fran isn't that bad. Miami isn't that bad. No.
I don't even know if I trust half those teams that you just named either.
But I'm with you, bro. I was trying to. What about the Saints? Maybe no, Saints aren't that bad either.
Well, they don't have Sean Payton anymore.
True.
It's looking like he was a bigger deal to that franchise than they thought. Well, they probably always knew he was a big deal. He was the one that retired.
Yeah. And no Drew on there either. You don't have that quarterback. They still searching. They thought Derek Carr was going to give them the Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he needs to.
They ain't giving him Russell Wilson.
He needs to pray that a good organization trades into that top 3 to get him. Because if not,
Cleveland. What about Cleveland?
Could be getting janky.
Good
organization.
No, I'm saying in the sense of like picking in that range though.
Oh yeah, maybe. Do they still have that pick?
I don't know how many picks do they got the pick or not? Because
I think they still have the pick.
Yeah, because like I can see them.
I think last year was their last year with the picks for Watson. Yeah. I think. Could be wrong. But if he is able to play both sides and be really good at both those positions, that's a hell of a draft pick. That would be worth a trade up.
He is a absolute machine, soldier. Like, yeah, you to go, bro.
Man,
you can really play both sides.
That's the thing. There's no way that lasts for 10 years.
I was about to say, if you could do that at this level, sustain it.
It might be an Ohtani type of thing that he goes on a run for like 2-3 years of doing it. Yeah. But then just naturally, because Ohtani, he had the arm injury, he had to lay off pitching for a year. Maybe it gets to that point 3-4 years in, it's like, all right, bro, you're probably going to have to just go to offense.
The problem is this, because the game is so physical, we talk just simple wear and tear. the simple wear and tear of when you're playing your regular position, you need to come out for your break. That's what we talk about. Like, yo, offense, stay on the field a little while so the defense doesn't get worn out, or vice versa. But it's like, man, this dude, your body is going to be taking a pounding both sides now. Like, when do you ever get the break?
No, that's what I mean. If he's able to pull it off, I don't think it's gonna be sustainable for more than like 2 or 3 years.
Like,
maybe he could do it coming in rookie year, man. Sophomore year, junior year in the pros, but after that, I can't see it as a long-term thing.
And it's not. I don't feel like from an investment standpoint, it's productive to you because your asset gonna get ran into the ground.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's not like he got the Deebo Samuel like bulky body either, where he taking, you know what I mean? But he gonna get hit. Like, he gonna get hit. And
I'd let him try it
too. Heck yeah.
I would definitely let him try it.
Let's say, because I can see it now.
I'll be all for it.
Make him hit Naji. Send Naji his way. Yeah.
All right. I guess that's it for the show.
That's a vibe, though, man. Heck yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Hit that like button one time on the front end. Don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. Greatly appreciate all of y'all being here today. Obviously, not the outcome that we were looking for.
Some people in the chat think that Travis needs to ditch his girl, that she has some red flags.
What happened, Deke? What they talking about, man? What was going on, man?
Apparently, Dion had to hint to his girl to stand up whenever Travis won the Heisman.
I mean, she's kind of young, though. You know, she's kind of young. Maybe never been to a Heisman ceremony before. She just, you know, sometimes young people never been anywhere. You got to let them, hey, this is typically what you stand up doing this part. You know, be like that sometimes, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, first super of the day.
Y'all funny, man. Y'all are funny.
Richard Arbizo says, just like that, fans turned on Naji, calling for 30 and 84 to get the RB1 touches. Yet they're the ones not protecting the ball. Tutu's got to learn from this.
Shout out to the homie Richard Arbizo, baby. All right. Yeah, that was his first lost fumble this season, right? I think that was.
I thought it was his second.
His second fumble, but I
thought he fumbled twice in a game. The one we lost and the one.
Did we lose both? I thought Phils had recovered the one. I could be off, though.
I could be off because I can't remember the game. I can't really remember the moment. I swear to God,
I could definitely be off,
he
though,
lost the fumble.
Yeah. I know he fumbled, like, multiple times. I just don't remember as losing the fumble. I definitely know he's fumbled multiple times this season, though.
Yeah.
Respect.
Either way.
But he doesn't have fumbling issues. He don't have ball security issues. In fact, under his time here, he's been the one with the most trusted track record of ball security, man, in terms of all our running backs.
So people are saying he only fumbled once this year, but I don't think they're crediting Naji for this fumble, actually. It goes to Russell Wilson.
Because of the toss.
So if you're seeing one lost fumble,
all right, then
we're talking about a past fumble.
Yeah, so this would be his second one on the
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check, because that's at least what the ESPN box score was saying.
That would definitely make sense. If they're counting that as Russ's fumble, that would definitely make sense then.
But he also, I think in that same game, he fumbled again, but we recovered it.
Yeah, that would make sense then. That would definitely make sense. And that's why I said I could definitely be off.
So it's looking like Jalen Warren. We can trust a little bit more with the Rock at this point.
Nah, because you still going to look at full body of it, man. And Warren definitely has outperformed him there, unfortunately, man.
Not this season. Not what have you done for me lately?
I think it was a bad toss.
No way. No way.
Bad toss.
I want to hear this.
It's bad toss.
No way.
Bro. You got to lead him and put it a little higher so he can get it where he's looking, bro. Why you want to hit him in his stomach? He's trying to look this way. You hit him in the chest. Come on, bro. It's bad toss, man.
There's no way.
Yeah, man, you just gotta lead him a little bit. Where everybody knows that, bro. That's like football 101, D. You can't hit the running back in the belly or toss play. You gotta throw a little bit out here. Come on, man. If you do that, a bit of a touchdown. It's the little things, man. It's the little details. Yep.
I'm pretty sure you're joking.
I just don't like the toss play.
I know that.
Like it.
You brought that up last week.
Yeah, I don't like the design of it. We call it to the short side of the field every time.
We get the fumble on the toss play.
I just feel like it's clogged. You're calling it to the short side of the field, and I get when it works on occasion. We're able to hit it downhill coming backside, but if Philadelphia looked just like Baltimore looked, they noticed anything, I'm telling you. Man, that toss plane hitting outside. And now when he's trying to bubble it back, it's like, yo, it's not nice. I don't like it, man. So, of course, you see the fumble on top of him. Just like,
they are counting.
He just adds to it.
The fumble towards Russell Wilson.
Yeah, man, he's tripping, man. So he definitely got 2 of them things, bro. He got 2 of them things. Yeah. But I'm just not a fan of it, man. I don't like it to the short end. I don't like it with Naji. If we're going to call a toss, give it to me with Jaylen Warren because you got the threat of speed, but I like it to the wide side of the field so he can have an option of trying to press it all the way to the sideline and actually running by you. Or he can still have that option to put a foot in the ground and hit it downhill, which we've been seeing. Right now, when they call it to the boundary, it's one-dimensional. Who you going to outrun to the sideline when you getting the ball halfway there already?
It's like you don't have enough space. If you're going to do it, give it to 30. Give it to Jaylen Warren.
Yeah, I that's my only thing, but I'm like, that's his version of Matt Canada's jet sweep. Like, that's his call. Like, it's his bread and butter. He feels good about it. It's positive. It's a net positive play for him, so he goes to it a lot. But yeah, I just don't like the play, man.
Just catch the toss.
Yeah, but
that's
if you catch it, everything is fine.
Just catch the toss. Because it wasn't like there was a guy in the backfield either, or it was going to be a blown-up play.
Catch it, man.
You catch it, you're at least getting back to the line of scrimmage, probably gaining a couple yards, and
the previous 2 plays
we're still in their territory. At least going to get a field goal.
Previous 2 plays we picked up was 6 and 7. The Jaylen Warren had a run, and then the play before Naji fumbled, he picked up 6, and that was after the flea flicker from the Calvin Austin flea flicker pass. So it's like you got everything rolling right there. Just catch the ball, man. Catch the ball. But I still blame Russ, man. Bad pitch, bro. Bad pitch, man.
All I'm saying is I remember when Jaylen Warren fumbled, we were talking about the ball security issues with him and wondering if we can trust him. I think for this season, on like maybe a per touch basis, he has been more secure with the ball than Naji. If there's only 1 on the ground for him and it was lost, Naji's now got 3 on the ground total and then 2 lost. Now, granted, again, he gets the ball more.
I'm with you.
All I'm saying is maybe we overblew the Jaylen Warren fumble issues at the time.
I wouldn't go that far, me personally, but
either way, maybe not at the time, but all I'm saying, he's been steady since.
He's gotten better. He's gotten better, and that's the big part.
We haven't been going in the right direction with Naji and ball security stuff.
No, I think Jaylen Warren has just improved his ball security, but we also know that Jaylen has missed time this season as well. So you know how that go. I like it. Keep it going in the right direction with the uptick in usage from Jaylen Warren. But that's my only thing, man. Like, hey, man. Nah, let's tote that rock, man. Don't put it on that thing.
Well, not as much as of late, though.
Yeah, because that's almost like the equivalent of we're saying, hey, this guy's a better passer because he only threw it 15 times and only 1 was picked. Whereas this guy's throwing it 100 times and he has 3 picks.
Like, what is it? And this is how many fumbles in the last month or 2 with him. It's out of character. It definitely is, because that's one of the things you talk about with Naji and why you like him and why you're seriously considering giving him a big time contract.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is because of his ball security and how he's always available, how he's reliable, consistent, and then we're not getting that recently. It's just like it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
I was about to say, did this fumble change how everybody views Naji all of a sudden? When was it a week ago, people was talking highly of him as well, and the week before that it was highly as well, and the week I'd be curious.
That's part of Naji's resume. That's part of what makes Naji who he is the reliability, and that hasn't been as good as what we've typically seen from Naji recently, at least.
So is the lack of reliability with ball security more prevalent than his newfound explosive playmaking that we've also seen on numerous occasions this year that is also uncharacteristic from Naji? Or does the positive not count as much because it's a negative right now?
Yeah, I'm not cutting him or anything. I'm not doing anything drastic right now. Yeah. It's a bummer. Just catch the toss.
I respect.
It's a part of why we want to be paying, if we are going to pay Naji. It's a part of why we want to keep him around here. I'm talking about like the ball security and the reliability and all that. And then whenever you're not at least providing that as like the bare minimum or the foundation of your play, it does make you question things. It maybe opens the door a little bit more of the thought process of moving on from you. But I'm not there. We got a whole season left. Naji's been having a good year. If it ended today, I'm looking to give him the James Conner type of whatever type of contract that is kind of like the running back market for his skill level and production. I'm still completely fine with giving him that because the tandem of him and Jaylen Warren, I still think it's a positive. I still think we've been doing a lot of good things in the ground game this year, but yeah, it's a bummer.
Respect.
Just catch the toss. Now, yeah, if this continues, if what's been happening with the ball security continues for the rest of the season and into the playoffs, then I think the door opens that much more. But no, I think to your question, I don't think him dropping that toss outweighs all the good that he's done this year.
Okay. That's my only thing. Yeah, because I'm like, week to week, man. And it's not just with Naji, with every player. It's like, man, we'll ride that wave, and then there's one negative happen and we lose on top of it. It's like, yo, now all of a sudden this is the end all be all like indictment of the season. And you're like, so all these other games, we just forgot all of that. So
right. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. You're obviously not doing anything drastic with Naji. You're not cutting him. You're not trading him. You're not benching him.
So you talking about the bench him? Yeah, I'm like, it's just Naji, man.
And that comment that we just read, he was talking about fans calling for Jaylen Warren and Cordell Patterson to get RB1 carries. I don't know who's saying that, but I think we keep the rotation as is. It's just literally catch the toss, man. Yeah. Just catch the pitch back from Russell Wilson.
Just can we not even call it? Just hand it off to him. Run the stretch play where Russ, you get up, give him that one. All right.
It does suck though. That was the most pivotal player, the biggest play of the game, the turning point play, the X factor play, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it was something as simple as that.
Yeah. Self-inflicted, but versus a team that we view as just as good or based off of yesterday's results slightly better. It's like, hey, you can't make the mistakes in those moments, man. You got to execute and operate at a high level for 4 quarters.
Justin Gordon.
Playoff test, though, man. I like it.
Why is my milk carton the only place I see Mike Williams?
Hey, man, he had an explosive catch. He had a 1 for 15. It was on like a 3rd and 28 or something like that, but he still had a 1 for 15. Yeah, he had a little catch.
I don't know if we got the ball enough to be.
We didn't. We had 41 snaps to their 77 snaps.
Complaining about Mike Williams' production.
They had the ball dang near 20 minutes more than we did. It was like 39 minutes and 58 seconds for them. We had the ball 20 minutes and like 8 seconds. You're like, bro. We had 2 possessions.
A lot of that
in
was due to the second half.
We had 2 possessions in the second half. They had a 13 play and a 21 play drive. They had the ball for 13 minutes at one point on one drive. The one that ended the third and going to, I was like, yo, this is just,
I think that was after the Naji fumble.
Yeah. And then we had
disgusting.
And then we had the punt. And yeah, we just never got it back. Really
I was disgusted with the punt too. 4th and 7 in their zone. Just go for
it. Respect. But I like the overall, we feel like we can make it happen real quick. Like, let's go. And you get the ball on the 2. And we never see it back. Like, Deke, 21 play drive. I'm just like, the theory.
It was a good punt.
It was. And the theory with Coach Tomlin is like, make a team have to execute. Make them have to snap the ball. They're going to make a mistake. Bro, 21 play drive. I'm like, I didn't even. When is the last time we seen a 21 play drive? I've seen a 15 play drive, 17 play, 21 plays, bro. That's craziness to me, man.
But still, you're down 2 scores, 9 minutes left.
It's 9 minutes.
You're killing clock there either way.
But it's 9 minutes. It's not like we're talking 4 minutes.
Clock starts to become your worst enemy.
But Deke, we said 9 minutes.
Take a chance on 4th and 7 with Russ.
Deke, 9 minutes. Not 4. 9 minutes, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
They got the ball back with 10. Bad. It was 10 something on the clock, and we never saw the ball again. That's unheard of, man.
But even if they only had it for like 4 or 5 minutes, it still kills your chances of coming back because you're down 2 scores.
It just means that you don't have the luxury of feeling comfortable when you get the ball. 4 minutes with the ball, man, down 2 scores. That's enough time. That is plenty of time in the National Football League. We see it every single week, man. 4 minutes, 2 scores, that is not game over. We know this each and every time. We've won games with that same situation where it's like, hey, we all say the same thing. Why we always got to get down to that last little bit when we over here like,
Yeah, but you still got to execute play in and play out. You at least had the ball for one play, 4th and 7. So there's your chance to execute. Make a play.
I just think that you essentially make it a win or loss by going for it on 4th and 7 at that spot.
No, because you still got to stop them. It's not like they're in field goal range.
But you extend the game by punt and playing field position. You don't assume that they're going to go on a 21-play drive that takes up 10 minutes and whatever time was left on the clock. It was like 10 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Nobody in Pittsburgh, especially defensively, with our defense, thought that would be the case. Now, granted, you had injuries, but you still don't think that with those injuries, a team is going to take up the final 10 minutes of a game, bro. No. So to make it like, yeah, man, we should do it all right here, I think that's reactionary to the outcome. But in terms of the actual like thought process, I'm like, yo, I get the point. All right, cool. Because your defense is going to make a play. Not 21 plays and 10 minutes of them controlling it. But that's where we finally met a team that offense played better than our defense.
But it's not like they were in our zone or anything. They were on their side of the field, so like we still could have got the stop on defense, and then they would have to punt. It's not like they could have made it a 3-score game if we got that stop on defense. Like if we are that confident in the defense, then why wouldn't they be able to get the stop there?
Didn't they just come off of a 10-play drive where they had just scored?
Well, then why aren't we going for it on 4th and 7 then with the ball in Russell Wilson's hands?
I got it, bro. You got your mind made up on it, so it's cool.
I mean,
I get it, bro. It's cool.
I don't. You're down 2 scores with like 9 minutes left.
Yeah. I get
you're
your
in their
mindset,
zone.
man. From your perspective, is if we can't get it, then why should it even matter anyways? Just
no, it doesn't.
Right
no,
I get it.
No, it doesn't. I think you're just giving yourself as many options to win as possible.
From your perspective, I understand that.
Because you still got a chance to stop them on defense, though. And for them to punt it and not make it a 3-score game.
Listen, that's fair, man.
I'll take Russell Wilson on 4th and 7.
I'll take that. With that, man.
In their zone.
There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, we got Justin Gordon. D-line would have had 8+ sacks against a lesser quarterback.
I would agree as well. Absolutely, man. But that's the reality of it, man. You run into a team that actually was better than you. Yeah, you go question all type of decisions, man. But the team was actually better than us yesterday. We gotta like it, but we know what it was.
Yeah, they outplayed it. I mean,
like,
you look at every stat, every metric.
If we really want to be real about it, let's really be real about it. Their quarterback played better than our quarterback. Their running game was better than our running game. Their wide receivers absolutely destroyed our wide receivers. Yeah. Their corners locked our wide receivers up, and we already know how we feel about our corners leaving this game. They tackled 1,000% better than ours. We couldn't tackle to save our life at times. We really just pop. Let's get down to it. Yeah. And then we turned the ball over at a terrible time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. With all that being said, we did have a chance down 1 score in the 3rd quarter in their zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
but we could
I definitely feel like if Naji just catches that toss, the game flow is different for the rest of that second half. I don't think the Eagles necessarily possess the ball for 40 minutes to our 20, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to look at it at the end of it and be like, okay, that toss play did happen, but we also kind of just got outplayed the majority of this game. It just wasn't our day. Shorthanded on the road against good Eagles team. Wasn't our day.
And they clicked on offense, something that we hadn't seen them do in a while, man. But that's their 10th win in a row as well, though, because they are a heck of a team that understands how to win games the same way we do.
Donovan Bicklehop, those Eagles second half drives remind me of how the Steelers offense used to do defense in the Killer Bee era.
No, facts. But you look at where their money is on their team. Quarterback, $100 million man. A.J. Brown, $100 million receiver. Devonta Smith, they ain't close to $100 million receiver. You look at their O-line. First round, second round, first round, second round. Saquon Barkley. Yeah, that is Killer Bee-esque. That's real Killer Bee like it. Yesterday they was playing like they wanted to play, man. I mean, but shoot, you look at it, it wasn't any crazy concepts that they were running either. It's literally A.J. Brown, run a slant. Devonta Smith, run a slant. Devonta, go sit in the soft spot of the zone. Okay, they going back to the man. A.J. Brown, back shoulder. A.J. Brown, slant. Hey, man, call the blitz. All right, you call it. We called it. Still, A.J. Brown, run this slant real quick. Because that pressure, you going to win this way faster. JPJ, great job jamming him versus any other receiver. Heck, you probably even got a PI because how hard you jammed this man on multiple occasions. The problem is A.J. Brown. My man ate them jams. All right, I'm still going to get it. Yeah, but that's $100 million wide receiver. We can overcomplicate it and overreact to it, but it boils down to some of that just like that, man. You look at every time, too, man, with A.J. Brown, with some of them, man, heck of a job by JPJ jamming him up, but that's why that receiver is who he is. The same way we would look at AB. When AB was here, we'd be like, yeah, it don't matter how you jam that, man. It don't matter what you do. Oh, I'm in his pocket. All right, cool. That's $100 million receiver right there. He make them plays routinely. And that's what it was, man.
Well, and Jalen Hurts was throwing the ball really good. Which,
man, in rhythm, on time.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily expecting based off his play these last however many games.
Yeah. But this is a dude that we said would have been a Super Bowl MVP had Philly won that game versus the Chiefs, man. Not no gimme. Like, yo, this dude was balling. We know what he's capable of. He just hadn't been doing that consistently. But to act like he can't do that, it's like, man, come on.
Yeah, and I didn't think JP had like that bad of a game. I thought the coverage was halfway decent on A.J. Brown. I think for the most part on Devonta Smith, it's just they made plays.
Our tackling.
They made plays, and Jalen Hurts threw the ball exactly where it needed to be every time.
Single time. I think the only one he missed was the one. I think we ended up tipping the pass, and it was like slightly behind A.J. Brown. Other than that, I'm like, every single time, back foot hit, ball, bing, bing, zone or man, blitz or 4-man rush. People, oh man, it's the coordinator. This is like, man, you pick whatever coordinator you want. James Pierre, with all due respect, go guard Devonta Smith for A.J. Brown. It's like, yo, James Pierre made a play or two, but it's, man, after 10 reps, come on, man. You know what that matchup is. The same way how we expect to see GP play against guys. That corner might make a play or two out of 10 reps, but we expect GP to go ahead and cook him a lot more than it being the other way. So it's like, man, it's only so much you can call at that stage of this thing, man. We got to tackle better. That's one thing I will say, though.
Yeah.
All that other stuff is like well and good. The tackling, that has to be better. That'll get us beat every single time because we still could have got off the field. Even on that 21-play drive, we had 2 opportunities to get off the field on third downs, and we literally just missed tackles. Missed tackles, man. And it was like different people. I think the one was the corner. We had another where it was an LB. Yeah. And that was on multiple times. Yeah. But if you don't tackle at this level, man, not tackling, having mental errors, those are the fast ways to get you beat, man.
AJ Martinez says, please forgive me for saying this, but we have the 3rd best team in the NFL. Buffalo versus Philly Super Bowl is the eye test. But fully healthy, we're playing Detroit.
Okay. I can see that. See what he means.
I'm not conceding any of that.
He said the eye test. Because obviously one team just lost yesterday and one team won.
Well, so, that's what I mean.
You know, that's what he says, the eye test.
It doesn't feel great after the game that just happened, but we do still have Russell Wilson. We do still have Naji Harris and Jalen Warren, who have been running the football really, really good this year. Like going back to your point about just because he dropped that toss, does that change everything for what Naji Harris is or what our running game is? No, I still think we have all this. It was a bad game, man. Bad game yesterday. I think the defense is better than what they played yesterday. We ran into Hurts playing probably the best he has all season. Him being in sync with his receivers, the best that he's been all season.
Yeah.
Happens. We fought. Didn't get the ball back in that second half, so we couldn't really.
Gets hurt as well, so now you're down one of your top corners.
Yeah, we couldn't really give as valiant of a comeback effort as I would have liked to have seen, or as we've done in the past in some of these games in the second half. So yeah, it's just a bummer of a game. But I still think everything we want to do or who we want to be is all in front of us still.
couple of other things, man. I thought
it's gonna be hard. Like, I'm not even gonna front. And this goes back to what we were talking about last week with the injuries and how important the health is down the stretch. It's gonna be harder if GP ain't out there and TJ Watt ain't out there. Don't get me wrong.
GP, I felt like you kind of felt his presence not being out there a little bit yesterday. TJ, once he went out, I felt like when we started to rotate a little bit more, that pressure hit.
Because TJ was playing good. He was playing a depot type of game. I thought he was going to finish with like 3 or 4 sacks.
TJ was doing his thing, but when he went out, when we started to kind of rotate and do subbed out, one of the big explosives that did happen, it was like, man, you looking at the pressure and you're just like, bro, how did we get this unit out here for this part of the game? Like, I need Heisman out here. I need Cam out here. I don't want Herbig dropping in coverage when Cam and Heisman aren't out here on one of the biggest, moments when we're trying to get off this field, so to speak, man. But when you have, that part of the game and you do got injury or two and you're rotating guys in and out, this is kind of what you kind of get. And now it's like, man, you got that perfect storm of no pressure, softer coverage because of injuries in the secondary, and Hurts on fire. Yeah. But injuries aren't exclusive to us. We do know there are still multiple teams out there that are dealing with the same type of stuff. And, yeah, they're going to say the same thing that we're going to say when we're up and they losing. Man, deal with it. It is what it is. Dude's got to step up. I thought James Pierre played well in spurts, but that's the thing. It's like you knew what the matchup was, man, and eventually out of 10 reps, y'all tell me how many y'all expect James Pierre to win one-on-one versus A.J. Brown if it's just fresh 10 reps. That's all it, that's what it kind of comes down to in some of these situations, man.
Justin Gordon, we lost, but I was proud and honored to be invited to witness the birth of Darnell Washington's first child.
Yo, that's dope.
Moats, we need him on the show.
That's dope right there, man. Shout out. We had him on the show. I ain't tripping out. Unless he's talking about the little one. We already had a little one. Yeah. But Darnell was on the show, man. Shout out to Darnell. If you haven't checked out that interview, definitely check that out, man. Shoot, Darnell was trying to catch a body yesterday, huh?
Well, we got screwed on that.
We did. I didn't see any video proof of any punches being thrown or any extracurricular activities from the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to Darius Slay. Shout out to the Hope. I say, boy, this is crazy. Yeah. Oh, and shout out to Justin Gordon. I totally missed it. He's talking about when he said he got to witness the birth of his first son. He's talking about when he did that to Darius Slay as well. I like that right there. Yeah, he did block him all the way to the water cooler. That looked like old school Blindside movie right there. Like, yeah. I like that intensity, though. I'm not even going to hold you. At that stage of the game, I was all for it, and I didn't even, granted, when you see the video after the fact, and it's like, yo, they did swing back, yeah, you would like for them to have gotten penalized as well, but in the flow, when it happened, I wasn't tripping because I thought we were matching their energy and trying to send a message to let them know they weren't going to punk us. We weren't going to be out physicaled. I thought that was kind of the message that we were trying to send. I even like the fact that little Calvin Austin ran up in there as well to let them know, like, bro, anybody that's over here in that black and gold, like, this is how we feel about it, man. So I wasn't tripping on, obviously, what it did to the drive. It wasn't the best.
Right.
But I thought it sent the message. I thought it let them know, like, yo, we here. And we not playing with y'all because they kind of were trying to get a little momentum at that time. They was, trying to feel good about themselves.
Yeah, I'm with you in terms of us showing that we're going to be physical in this game and matching their energy. And, I'm completely fine with what happened. I'm just pissed off about the refs not giving them the penalties that they deserve to offset it. Because that's literally what the head referee or the analyst referee said whenever he came on.
Offset it.
He's like, oh, yeah, this is just one of those where it's a scuffle. Both teams are getting after a little bit. You throw offsetting penalties and you move on. And then the actual ref comes on that's officiating this game and says, 2 penalties on this.
Yep.
Both on the Steelers. And, the second one's 15 yards.
It was like, yo, both on the Steelers? I didn't even realize they had it on Calvin and Tyler. I'm like, who is the second guy to go call this call on?
Yeah, crazy.
Like, really, y'all got little Calvin Austin running? Of all these people over here in the middle of it, y'all get little Calvin Austin. Like, come on, man, y'all got to chill with this, bro.
AJ Martinez says, love you all. Buffalo is like a wife sometimes. Sometimes up, sometimes down. 17 is a one-man wrecking crew. And we are the Steelers. 1 versus 33, no match. Here we go.
No, respect on that. And I get what you mean, man. Obviously, Josh did have another one of those Herculean efforts yesterday where they scored, was it 48 points? But defensively, they allowed 42 points. So that's partly why he had to score so much, man. But yeah, that's a different type of situation in Buffalo, man. But we still match up because, like you said, 1 versus 33, he ain't Superman. Or at least we would have to see if he could be Superman that day. But yeah, man, I like the matchup for us, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I like the matchup, man.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'd like TJ Watt to be healthy. I like our defense to be healthy.
Let's
I forgot it. Yeah, well,
a
couple minutes ago, whenever I was talking about getting healthy, I forgot to mention Deshaun Elliott and Larry Ogunjobi as well.
Yep, because both of those dudes didn't even dress. They weren't even available for us. Yeah,
Dante
great call
Jackson
on that.
now too.
Yeah, I like the matchup if we're healthy defensively. If we're not healthy, that could stress us. But yeah, if we healthy, it's a different conversation. Yesterday's game is different if we're healthy on the back end. Let's also be real about that.
Yeah.
Shoot, I look at, and we know with DeMonte Casey, we love what he brings to the table, but I'm just looking at certain things that from a tackling standpoint that we typically don't see with Deshaun Elliott, and we've just full sample size of him this season. Deshaun has proven to be a higher level tackler than DeMonte Casey. So when I look at some of the missed tackles that were happening, I'm like, yo, I don't think as much of this takes place if Elliott is out there. Hence the reason why we've been enjoying Deshaun this season. But that's a part of it as well, 100%. You talk about Larry Ogunjobi, the pressure that he's able to provide in the run game, how he gets off the ball and ultimately creates a new line of scrimmage. Not as sexy or consistent as Cam Hayward, but when you talk about taking him completely out the lineup, you feel his loss also.
At this point, if you were to guarantee me all those guys were healthy for the playoffs, I would give up the division.
As much as I want to go against you, Deke, I honestly I can't because I do agree.
Then we'd be playing Houston first round.
And we're going to beat the heck out of Houston. I swear we'd beat the heck out of Houston.
Houston on the road?
We'd beat the heck
you know
out
what?
of Houston.
I could live with that.
We'd beat the heck out of Houston.
I mean, that's a better matchup than who would be the I guess it would be Ravens Houston then if we win the division and we get the 2 or 3 seed.
We're the 2 or 3. Yeah.
So it'd be Ravens Houston. Ravens get 5. Maybe not though. I mean Chargers lost, Broncos won. See, if you play this game too much, you're gonna end up screwing yourself. But
let me see.
If we don't win the division, I'm very confident saying we would be the 5 seed. So that would be Houston. But I would prefer, honestly, if we're not playing the Ravens round 1, it's Chargers or Broncos at home. You know, I think that's just as good of a matchup.
Because as it currently sits, Texans are sitting in the 4th spot. Ravens are at 5. Broncos 6. Chargers are 7 at 8 and 6. And you still got Colts on the bubble at 6 and 8. Dolphins on the bubble at 6 and 8. Bengals on the bubble at 6 and 8.
I think it's pretty locked in, those 7 teams.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we can win the division on Saturday, but we can't lose the division on Saturday.
Right.
Which is like the weird part. So even if we were to lose, we still...
Ravens can lose one of their last 2.
Lose, yeah. And we'd still have to figure out where we would end, whether we're talking... We might fall down to that 4th spot, just depending on if Houston... what they do down the stretch as well.
I think they got a tough schedule.
Yeah, because they're only
they got the Chiefs.
So 1 game difference.
That might be against Wentz.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because Mahomes did get hurt the ankle at the end of the game, didn't finish like the last 2.5, 3 minutes. Yeah.
Honestly, Mahomes might need to play these games for the 1 seed.
Well,
and then you get that bye.
That's what Buffalo, from their angle, that's what they're eyeing. Because, they still in striking distance, and the Detroit win, it kind of offsets that Rams loss.
Yeah. Texans got Chiefs and Ravens the following week. That's on Christmas. That's after us. Yeah. That's the 4:30 game.
Bills got 3 rivals in the back.
Titans on the road to finish it.
Yeah. Bills got Patriots twice and then Jets in the middle. Jets obviously playing more competitive. They won yesterday.
Rodgers playing good.
Yeah. Devontae Adams balling. Heck yeah.
You're going to look up and see Rodgers at the end of the season. He's going to have like 30 touchdowns and like 8 or 9 picks.
Yeah. And he'll
still
have like 3,500 passing yards.
He still got it. Trust me. He still got it. but he's no Ben. He's no Big Ben.
Talk your talk, bro.
Even
Talk
with
your talk.
some of the weird stuff that's happened with the Jets season and Rodgers, this is kind of a down year for. That's just how good he is, though. We're talking about this being a down year. He's got like 23 touchdowns, 8 picks. That's like career years for a lot of quarterbacks out there. But even with all that being said, there have been chances for him to close out these games, down one score. It's the game's in balance at the end, and he wasn't able to pull it off. We know 7 is closing the deal.
They're gonna do that.
Yeah.
7 do that.
Yeah, like their record could easily be like 500.
Yeah.
With them playing the exact same way they've played this whole season, if they just convert on those late game drives. But yeah, I mean, if Rodgers wants to play next year, like he should have a starting job somewhere.
If you're in New York, you keeping him?
Yeah, I would run it back. If they finish off strong, I would definitely run it back. I think that's what they need is some sort of continuity.
Would you draft a quarterback?
I don't really like any of the guys outside of Shador or Cam Ward. So
would you draft one of those two?
Yeah, if you don't have to trade anything, if one of them fall to you, I'd say sure. But
respect.
Outside of that, I don't want to take like Carson Beck in the second round or anything like that. Just, I think you do the whole get like Danny Dimes in there as the backup, something like that.
Yeah.
Some like upside guy that's chilling out there.
You got Tyrod. You got that guy in there, man. Let my dog live over there, man.
Some guy that kind of failed somewhere else. Still has some upside.
That's wild. Why you got to fail somewhere else though? You know what I'm saying?
Danny Dimes. Well, that's why they're available.
Yeah.
That's why they're available.
I was saying Tyrod ain't fail. All right.
That's Sam Darnold. That was kind of his story.
He got sabotaged.
Geno
by the
Smith.
doctor.
That was his story. So that type of stuff it could work out for players.
You're right. Shout out to Geno, man. He got hurt last night too, though. Dang.
He did. All right, where were we at then? What were we talking about there?
That was that AJ? Yeah. Because AJ brought up the 1-man record where he did the Josh Allen, and then he said us versus him. Those 33.
Yeah, I told you, Josh Allen MVP.
I
told you this.
Bro.
I told you this like 2 months ago.
How can he be the MVP? Jared Goff had almost 500 passing yards and 5 touchdowns, bro.
Jared Goff didn't win.
He had 500 passing yards and 5 touchdowns in one game.
Some of that was garbage time, kind of.
But he still had 500 passing yards and 5 touchdowns in one game. That's almost 1,000 yards, half of 1,000 yards in one game.
Yeah, he played good. Not better than Josh Allen.
He's the MVP. Whose team is better? They're the 1 seed.
Right now,
are they? Yeah, I think they still have the 1 seed.
Right now, Lions are pretty banged up.
Yeah.
But I mean, the MVP is about who brings more value to their team. Like who's the most valuable player?
Man.
Josh Allen's more valuable than Jared Goff.
The starting quarterback on the best team is the MVP, bro. I know how this goes.
That's how it can go, but
that's typically how it
That's
goes.
not the definitive rule. No,
but that's like the common like practice of the award. Like,
well, Patrick Mahomes should win that.
But his team isn't the best team right now. We've seen that. His team's been beaten.
On paper, they are.
His team has been beaten.
Based off record.
His team has been beaten, man.
It should be Mahomes every year, but
fair enough.
Like I would still give him the award right now if like you were to ask me. If you ask me who's the most valuable player in the league,
it's Mahomes.
I would tell you Mahomes.
It's always Mahomes.
But no, the award goes to Josh Allen this year.
You're just trying to you that's the reverse psychology. I know what you're doing.
No. It's a straight fact at this point.
Lamar,
It's been a straight fact. I told you 2 months ago. Josh Allen should. After Lamar lost to us, Josh Allen's been the front runner.
What did Lamar do yesterday, man?
Good game.
He was balling.
Not the MVP.
5 touchdowns in there.
Not the MVP.
He had 5 passing touchdowns. Now he won't win MVP because we're gonna do to him on Saturday, and I appreciate us for that. But otherwise, if he ain't played Pittsburgh twice a year, he'd be the MVP again, man. We noticed the truth, bro. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, bro, for everybody else, 5 touchdowns here, 4 touchdowns here, 5. I'm just like, yo, how you just make it look like that? He played for us, I should be like, hey, bro, what happened to your talent, man? This ain't the same dude, bro. So, yeah. So I'm just going to I appreciate us on the front end, you know? But, yeah.
Juice Bellamy Moats thought we had it. We lost live in Philly.
No, that's real. That's real. But it was a good test, though, man. Sometimes, man, you want to get this out the way earlier. And this was good, man. It didn't happen in the postseason where we're now looking back saying, all right, well, we don't match it well like that. So if we're not matching up like this, what should we change to? What's the alternative to that? Do we change the approach and we make Saquon have to beat us next time? versus it being the allowing their wide receivers and forcing their quarterback to be the difference. Maybe that's the answer. But I'm sure these are all the things that the Steelers are going to be going through. They also going to say to themselves, yeah, like what me and Deke kind of just said here, if we're healthy, things look different. We feel like, yeah, Dante Jackson's starting corner for a reason. Deshaun Elliott's a starting corner for a reason. Larry Ogunjobi's a starting D tackle for a reason. We feel like those guys being a part of it, all of those dudes actually are second contract guys too when we're talking from a money standpoint. So we anticipate them being force multipliers. So you would definitely like to have those guys out there. So yeah, we do feel that'd be a little bit different next go around, man.
LS Lee, fire Christmas sweater Moats.
Hey, nah, salute to you, man. I had to put the Wu-Tang on. Let them know, man. We ain't nothing to play with today. All right, man. I felt like, people seeing us take that to Philly now, you know what I'm saying? They might think something sweet. Ain't nothing sweet, man. Ain't nothing sweet. And I ain't put on no Bills hat either. I ain't want no funny business. You that dig. No funny business.
I'm surprised.
Why? No, why you surprised?
I'm shocked.
Why you surprised, man?
I think every Monday, the last 5 or 6 shows.
I know that Buffalo has won a lot of Mondays. I know they've won a lot of Sundays in a row, or Josh has put up just astronomical numbers a lot of weeks in a row. But that was not the intent. The intent today was let y'all know, like, yo, we got action on Saturday, man. We clinched first off, so whenever you clinch, you got to celebrate. All right? So I want to throw on something, you know what I'm saying? Throw on something little vibed out. Because we clinched, all right? But we got big action on Saturday, man, because hat and T-shirt game, baby. Hat and T-shirt game. If you know, you know.
AJ Martinez, yo, I will go back later on the chat to shout you all out. Next podcast. I'm listening during daughter time at the grocery store. Blessings to all.
Nah, respect on that, man. I like that right there. He said he got daddy-daughter time, man. Sometimes you got to spend some time with your little ladies, man.
Mike Hood, Deke losing his mind. 3 fumbles in 4 years. Come on, man. Salute the goats, Mr. Moats. So, hold on. It's actually 4 because he's not being credited with the one that just happened. So it's 4 fumbles in 4 years, and I think 3 of those fumbles have taken place over the last month. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this is a weird trend about. I know we can say for Naji's career he's good with the ball, doesn't fumble it, but over the last month or so, I don't feel like we can say that. That's all.
Let's get it, man.
It's been weird. This isn't something I'm used to with Naji.
Hey,
his bad game is
Dodge,
running into a brick wall offensive line and, getting 10 carries for 30 yards. That's his bad game, not putting the ball on the ground. But he hasn't even. I don't even know if he's had a bad game like that this year. No. Well, I guess this would be the one. Stats at the end of the day here just wasn't good across the board, really.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. We also got Brent Fox. Deke, it's 1 game on Naji fumbling, not multiple. It actually is multiple. That's my issue. It is multiple recently.
Deke said, "Yo, they messed him up, man." He said, "Hold on, bro. It's multiple. We've done the research. We figured it out. He's got this. They locked in now." Let me get this one real quick from Tons of Fun. He says, "What's depressing is we want to be the best, but we haven't even been the best in our own state in at least 7 years. Kings of the AFC North, overhyped Ravens, Bengals with no defense, and the Browns. I'm sad." Respect. I like you spitting it like how you spitting it right there, man.
Tyler from the 334. Darnell recreated that scene from the movie Blindside.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. It was a thing of art. I loved it. And Darnell be enjoying it. You could definitely see how much he enjoys when he gets a little person going when he's blocking. I'm like, all right, Darnell, I see you, man. I like that.
Listen, people are stretching my Naji takes here. All I'm saying is I'm not liking him putting the ball on the ground. I don't think it's that hard of a take.
Deke was 22's head.
I think he's been putting the ball on the ground a little bit more than I would like recently.
Deke making up Naji slander. Oh,
just
man.
Like I was pissed about Cordell Patterson putting the ball on the ground last week. I'm pissed about Naji doing it this week.
Deke let 22 live. You the bad guy, Deke. You the bad guy, man.
Did I say cut Naji? Did I say trade Naji?
They at you, Deke, man. That's crazy. Oh, man.
Did I even say? I mean, whenever it was brought up, should we give Jaylen Warren and Cordell Patterson the RB1 touches? I didn't even go that far. I said, no, just keep doing what we're doing.
Dude,
don't fumble tosses.
They tried to spit it, man. They said, hold on, you said what?
I said maybe it does open the door
man.
for his value to take a little bit of a hit this offseason. It does. If this continues, it does make you start thinking about Najee's replaceability. But we still got 3 more games this season in the playoffs, so I'm not doing anything drastic here. If I had to bet that Najee doesn't put the ball on the ground for the next 3 games and in the playoffs,
no,
I don't know what I'm betting.
Don't give me that negative like that.
I don't know what I'm betting, but
don't do that, man.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that he doesn't, at least.
He ain't putting that ball on the ground no more, man. This Najee, Big Naj we talking about, man. Come on, bro. Big Naj ain't putting that ball on the ground no more, man.
Eddie T. Weight Loss Journey. Why is it when Jaylen Warren gets cooking, they take him out for silent diva Najee? Warren was starting to gash the Eagles.
Now he's a silent diva?
This is the same guy that rips on Ben. He had those hot takes on Ben, so.
This is rough. Najee's not a diva. Oh, man.
No, he's not a diva.
Tough. Hey, you put the ball on the ground one time, bro. You the diva, man. Literally on that same drive, both Jaylen Warren and Naji Harris gashed the Eagles. They both had 2 running plays following Calvin Austin's throw, or the flea flicker, man. They both was gashing them. It was a tag team. It wasn't like just 30. Both of them had their little moments, man. It was just the ball hit him in the wrong spot, man. Hit him in the belly. I told you, you got to lead him, man. Lead him. Put it up here for him. All right, yeah. Or just hand it to him. And yeah, no, that's what it was though.
X Concept says you keep claiming Najee fumbles at a higher rate than Jaylen, which is cap. That's my only issue. All love, regardless, Deke. This season, though, this season, I'm talking about this season, and then more specifically, if I know I want to be right on that, over the last 2 months, he is fumbling at a higher rate than Jaylen for sure. Antonio Carter, I'm done with the Cordell Patterson series.
No, you don't like the Cordell Patterson series, man. Sometimes it works. It just wasn't the case yesterday, but sometimes it works though, man. Sometimes it's like he's trying to, keep the defense off balance, kind of like when they throw Justin Fields out there. That worked as well. Not only did he pick up 8, he even got us the 15-yarder as well. I'm like, yo, shout out to the penalty. I hate it, but shout out to the penalty, man. So yeah, that's all he's trying to do with Cordell Patterson. He's trying to just spice it up a little bit. I mean, I like the fact that when it was kind of, we need a play, we need to get a spark, Arthur Smith dialed up that flea flicker down. Hey. And we executed it. Shout out to the throw, shout out to the catch. Heck of a catch by Calvin Austin. I like the ball placement, tear dropping it, getting it in there. But it was like, I like the idea of it. Yeah. That's all bad. But Cordell, man, he got some moments, man. What was the game? Cincinnati. That's what I'm thinking of. Where we saw him have a dope impact on us, man, with his multiple series of Russ just dropping it off to him, right? He got moments, man.
Ethan Leach, all I got to say is, why was Slay not penalized?
Yeah, I don't know. Allegedly, they said there was no video proof of any punches.
Refs were on the payroll. That's how.
The camera doesn't go, I guess, that far back, I suppose. Even though the clip that I saw was definitely TV copy-ish. I'm like, I'm not tripping. This ain't for no all 22. I'm looking at right here. So yeah.
All right, next we got. Let's go, UW. DJ is doing his full AB route, descending into an unlikable diva who's out of the league.
Yeah, it's unfortunate right now. Did you see where the Ravens are excusing him from practice and all team activities now, man?
Yeah.
It's part of life, man. You learn some lessons the easy way. Some lessons you gotta learn the hard way, unfortunately, man. But hopefully, he'll come out of this situation and learn from it and be a positive person from it, man. But yeah, definitely don't like to see that, man. That's the fast track to when you got about a stop left before you find another employment outside of the National Football League, man. It happens fast. We said just a year ago he was an $18 million receiver who was a Pro Bowl guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and how we all viewed him here. And yeah, drastically different right now, man. So we'll see though, man. We will see.
Let's go, UW. DJ doing his. Oh wait, I just read that. Yeah. Sorry. We got. Let's Go UW says, look, I know the identity Tomlin and Smith want is run first offense, but can we please pass a little more on first downs to not be so predictable? Let Naji and Warren eat in the screen game more.
I disagree with you. I think they do that. I just think yesterday they weren't executing it in the first half. We tried to take some shots downfield in the first half, but on the 2 times we did, Josh Sweat got the sack because he won against the one-on-one because we decided to have 5-man routes versus max protecting and keeping 2 guys in to help with the tackles. And then the other time we did, Nolan Smith had beat Broderick Jones around the side and got the sack. That's the big reason why we weren't able to take some of those shots downfield. The adjustment that Russ made was he started to use his legs a little bit more. And when he would see man coverage, he was just taking off. And he did pick up some yardage with that. But it was just our guys up front. And this was kind of what I felt throughout from the start of the game all the way to the end. We got whooped in the trenches too, man. In terms of our offensive line, I thought that when we tried to drop back and just regular protect, we'd have the back kind of chip on one guy and kind of release. Man, they were creating pressure. And that was another part of why we weren't able to take some of those shots downfield. But shoot, we threw to Van Jefferson deep on. That was the first series. But it was 3 guys running with him. You guys Slim on the outside, Gardner Johnson, and somebody else. But yeah, we took the shot. Like, just throwing it out there. But yeah, if you can't protect, man, on some of that double move stuff, man, or some of those longer developing routes, it doesn't matter how much of that you call. And the alternative is, all right, maybe we try to get it out quicker. So you saw them result to that, right? The shorter, quicker passing attack, trying to offset some of that rush stuff. But that only works if you can make a guy miss. We weren't making guys miss. Flip side, we talk about Philly with their short and quick passing attack, they make a guy miss. So instead of it being a 2-yard or 3-yard gain, it's a 7-yard gain. It's a 12-yard gain. And that's the part where defensively for us, we had to tackle more just consistently. Whereas for Philly, they did an excellent job of their tackling on the perimeter.
All right, we got Jashad. Hot take. Corey Trice is needed just as much as GP. That is a hot take.
Shout out to the homie Corey Trice, though.
Lucy prefaced it by saying it was a hot take.
Thanks
for warning me.
I respect it, bro. I respect it. Shout out to the homie Corey Trice, though. I'm excited for him to play, man. I'm excited.
Gentry was robbed of the Heisman. This is from Let's Go UW. Travis Hunter didn't deserve it over him.
Hey, man. Everybody got their opinions on it. I like it.
Honestly, I see that side of things more after looking up Gentry's season.
Yeah.
I still would pick Hunter, though.
Me too. I was like, I think it's very formidable, and I applaud the arguments. I do. But to me, what I saw Travis Hunter do on a week in and week out basis versus the quality of opponent he was doing it to on a week in and week out basis, along with the amount of wins that Colorado had on a week in and week out basis, when we know what that Colorado team was prior to him getting there 2 years ago, and what they were just last season, and what the expectations were for them this season. Heck, you could make a case that the way that people looked at us going into this season, how they looked at Colorado going this season, hey man, I don't know how good they're gonna be. They ain't got this, they ain't got that. They overrated. It's a lot of talk over there. That guy ain't still got it no more. It sound good. They ball, we ball. Shout out to Travis though, man. But like I said, Genty did have a heck of a season though, man. Like, you can't take anything away from Genty though. Cannot take anything away from him.
Stephen Decker, Moats and Deke, love the content, have been a supporter on Spotify for over 3 years.
Hey, salute.
Where is Roman Wilson? Do we think GP is back next week?
Hey, yo, first off, Stephen Decker, man, salute to you for rocking with us on the audio-only side with Spotify for all of the audio-only crowd that's out there, whether it is Spotify, whether it is Google Play, whether it is Apple Music, man. I don't even know the other spots. But wherever else y'all get y'all podcasts at, iTunes, all right. I don't know wherever else, but wherever else y'all be getting them from, man, we do appreciate y'all, all right? And we appreciate y'all when y'all be dropping those ratings over there as well, man. They do mean a lot to us, man, so salute to you guys as well. Roman Wilson, he's still injured. That's the thing. Yeah, he's still IR.
Is he?
Yeah, they never bumped him back up.
Yeah. So even when he does, he's not getting any PT.
Right. I'm like, Corey Trice and Montravis were the most recent guys to get back activated. Yeah, Roman, I don't even know if he's even been in the practice window. You know, the 21-day, let's open it up for you. I don't even know if he's even been in that yet.
No.
Right. Because I feel like we would have heard of that. Like, when Corey Trice opened his window up, we talked about it. When Montravis, we talked about it. And we seen how Montravis was back activated this game. Yeah. But that's the thing with Roman, man.
I don't think Russ or the offense or Arthur Smith, whoever it is going to be trusting Roman Wilson coming back from this injury
if we're
and
not
playing
Mike
at all
Williams,
this year.
If we're not trusting Mike Williams like that just yet, and this is a dude that's already been in this league and has made plays even on our offense, I find it really hard that a rookie that hasn't played any meaningful football.
Yeah, we're not putting him in over even like
December.
Scotty Miller or Van Jefferson. Because just last week you saw what Scotty Miller and Van Jefferson were doing. Right?
Heck yeah. I'm like, we talking
nice
late
plays.
December, January. Like, nah, man, we don't have time for mental errors. We don't have time for oops, I'm learning. Nah, not at this stage.
Kennywood Park has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Kennywood Park and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Brent Fox, I stand corrected. He did fumble versus Cleveland.
Respect.
So
Cleveland fumble, Raiders fumble.
I
swear,
swear.
I say it was Raiders. I thought he lost the fumble that game, bro.
Man, I don't know.
We could pull it up and find.
I just swear he's put the ball on the ground a couple times this year, and it's been jarring to me. It's not usual.
Because it's Naji stands on one team, is what you said.
I don't even know if they were lost. I don't even know if they were lost, though, either, to be honest.
Hold on. I'm pull it up real quick.
I swear I brought this up.
No, you did.
A week or two ago, even, whenever I was like, I feel like Jalen's put the ball on the ground, or Naji's put the ball on the ground twice this year. And even though Jalen's put it on once, that was the one we lost.
Yeah.
I swear we were just talking about that recently, or maybe I was talking about it somewhere.
Hold on. Let me see if I could find if he's put it on the ground.
I could be wrong in that he hasn't lost any this year up to this one, but he's put the ball on the ground like I want to say at least 2 times recently within the last like month and a half, like 5-6 weeks, we'll say.
Okay. Let's.
And this is here's the thing. I mean, I probably could go back game by game and try to look at the plays, and I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not doing that. Because I don't have time for that right now.
I was saying, now you're a busy man over there.
Can someone else do that for me and let me know?
Oh, no, bro, why can't I? Yo, this is really making me go game by game.
The Cleveland one, I think so. It might have been in the snow. Like, we lost.
Oh,
the
all right, here
one.
we go. Hold on, no.
I'm not even trying to be a Naji hater here.
I'm so serious, bro. It's popping up as like nothing on the list, and I'm like, yo, this can't
no fumbles.
Be right. Yeah, it said no fumbles or no fumbles lost in 2024. I'm like, yo, this can't be right. He has him 229 carries, 14 games played, 891 yards, 3.9 per carry, 5 touchdowns. He has a long of 36. He has 42 first downs that he's accounted for. 0 fumbles lost. They had him for 2 fumbles last year, 1 fumble lost. They had him for 2 fumbles lost, or 2 fumbles the year before that, and 1 fumble lost. For his career, they have him with only 4 fumbles and 2 lost. That's as a runner of the football. As a receiver of the football, 14 games played, 30 catches on 38 targets, 256 yards. He has a 32-yard long, 11 first downs, 0 fumbles, 0 loss. And throughout his career, he only has 1 fumble and 1 fumble loss back in 2022 as a receiver. Bro, and this is ESPN. This is ESPN stats, bro. You see it. I'm not tripping.
Am I wrong? Naji's put the ball on the ground a couple times recently before this one.
You know I'm with you, bro. That's what you heard me say. I think I'm tripping. I'm like, yo, I was on Pro Football Reference. I'm like, I don't see it. I'm like, hold on. I got to be off. So I went to NFL.com. I'm like, yo, I still don't see it. I got to be off. So I went to ESPN. Bro. All right. I ain't
I don't know. I might have to go back and watch these games. I might have to go back game by game.
But this is the thing that's
watch
crazy.
Every offensive possession.
Deke, this is crazy. The fact that we saw yesterday, and that's not a Naji fumble. I don't know, bro.
What are they counting as fumbles?
You catch what I'm saying? Like, if that, because we would have all, when we're watching that play yesterday, I think we all said, yo, that's a Naji fumble. So if that's not deemed a Naji fumble, maybe it might have been, was there another toss play when something occurred? I'm not sure. I know we've seen other backs put it on the ground, but I don't think I'm mixing up Naji versus Warren versus Cordell Patterson. Like, I know I seen Cordell put it on the ground. I know I've seen that.
No,
like,
I remember the Jalen one. I remember the Cordell Patterson one. But I swear it was Naji had 2 before this game. Again, I don't think they were lost. I think they were put on the ground. And you're like, oh shit.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said fumble or loss. It's saying that he hasn't even like fumbled, let alone lost one.
Yeah, I don't know.
So those are like, because I'm like, yeah, I know he fumbled. I'm like, he ain't lost it, but
everyone's telling me I gotta say sorry.
Yeah,
honestly, I think I might go back and watch these games before saying sorry and try to pull out the clips and show you guys that Naji put on the ground a couple times this year.
I was like, yo,
damn.
Am I tripping? I thought the internet was tripping on me, man. Oh, man.
I don't feel like doing that, but I might have to. For my dignity.
I was just as surprised as you are, Deke. I ain't want to believe. I was like, hold on, this can't be right. But they really classified yesterday as Russ. It's a backwards pass, that's why. It's the lateral rule.
Ooh, this is a point by Donovan Bickelhop. Y'all are getting confused. Naji has put the ball on the ground multiple times, but he's been down by contact.
Okay. I can see that. But I feel like
I swear there's been a couple times though it hasn't. We've recovered it.
In Denver. Maybe that's why I said Denver. Because I feel like for certain I saw the ball on the ground with him running to our right. And yeah, the ball was out. But maybe that was the case. Maybe he was down. And that could definitely be the case. That could for certain be the case, man.
Damn.
That wouldn't be a fumble. And I technically can understand why they classified the fumble on Russ versus Naj, because it's a lateral. It's a backwards pass. And he didn't catch, so he never had possession of it. So how can it be his fumble when he never had possession? So I get the rule. It's kind of like when you see them do the little shuffle play. They be like, yo, that's a pass play. And it's like, technically, yeah, because it's a forward pass. Like, I get it by the letter of the rule, but it's just like, bro, we all know what we saw, man. That's all Dodge, bro. But shout out, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy, Deke.
I might have to do some research this
My
week.
My dog said, yo, so pull up the per capita fumbles. Pull up who fumbles more this month, last month. Pull it up, Deke. Pull it up is what they said. Oh, no, ESPN, y'all wild. Oh, yo.
I really might have to look into this.
Shout out to ESPN, bro.
I need to do some detective work.
Shout out to ESPN. Holy smokes, man.
Forceworks 7 has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Forceworks 7 and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man.
Bejeweled Stu says, what other fumbles does Naji have this year?
Ooh.
Well, I guess if you're going off the ESPN stat sheet.
I'm about to say ESPN, NFL.com, Pro Football Reference. The only one I ain't checked was PFF. Maybe they got him down for fumbles. I don't know. I'm scared to look at PFF.
I'm not worried about it right now.
There it is.
We'll find something. And it's not like I want to find anything either. People in the chat, I think, are they're thinking that I'm hoping that Naji fumbles at a high rate.
You're not looking to see if she really cheating. You wanted to confirm that she's faithful.
I'm just trying to confirm my own takes and what I'm seeing out there. I swear he's put the ball on the ground a couple times.
Yeah, that's why you got to go through your lady's phone on occasion. Just
people think I'm rooting for it to happen because
no,
I think they are because I need something to help my Jaylen Warren case.
Nah, man, you not digging to find out.
No, I want both running backs to do good.
That's what I'm talking about. You're a positive guy, man.
I just know what I see from Jaylen Warren and his explosiveness and his playmaking.
And he don't put it on the ground as much this year.
I would say this year, and it definitely recently, definitely over the last couple months. Unfortunately, they both have one loss now, but he had the one loss in the Commanders game.
Actually, just to confirm it, because he might not. They might put it on somebody else's. I'm gonna just triple check. They could put it on somebody else. You never know. I just want to double check because
no way.
I would have thought the same with Naj. Okay, no. So they have Warren for one fumble loss this season. That's it. Last year they had him listed for 3 fumbles, 1 loss, and then his first year 1 fumble.
So that's my point. Naji, I think, has 3 fumbles this year, and then the 1 fumble loss.
And then last year they had Jaylen also for 1 as a receiver as well.
Okay.
But yeah, this year he's 91 carries for 371, 4.1 per. And then he has 28 receptions. And he's only played 12 games, so just 2 games less.
Yeah.
Respect.
Justin Gordon says, "Has 41 closed the door on a healthy 5-5 playing in 2024?"
Yeah, I think so. I think that the way that Peyton is just progressing, whether you're talking coverage or run game or blitzing, he just looks a little bit more mature as the season has continued to progress. I think his tackling was one of the better of the groups yesterday, and he still wasn't perfect, but I felt like his tackling was definitely on the varsity side in comparison to some of his colleagues. But yeah, I think it's gonna be hard for Cole to get that spot back. Not only when you're talking about just from an athleticism standpoint, Peyton Wilson's a heck of an athlete. Cole Hogan's gonna be coming back from a major injury that essentially has kept him out for a whole season. Then when you talk the money part of it, one's on a rookie deal, the other's, a second contract guy that's accounting for some M's. I mean, we know we're going to have a Russ to potentially pay. We're going to have a GP to potentially pay. We're going to have a Naji to potentially pay. Are we going to go in free agency and shop some more? Are we going drafting? So, yeah, I think that it's going to be tough on 5-5, barring any new information. Now, what I mean is if Peyton or PQ or E-Rob or somebody were to go down and it's something legit, something serious, that changes the conversation. But as everything is kind of going like how it currently is, yeah, I think that it is going to be a little bit of a challenge for Cole to get that spot back over Peyton Wilson.
All right, I'm going to read some of these chats. I'm trying to piece some things together here.
Uh-oh, I'm scared now.
You have comments like this. Darnell Clem says, "I have no recollection of a Naji fumble before yesterday." But then listen to these two. Agbana OG Coach says, "Naji fumbled a couple weeks ago. I was shocked when they said it was his first fumble." 828 Style says, "I keep telling y'all he fumbled once when Russ first started and Russ recovered it."
That's what I remember. I swear I remember that. It was like, it was a fumble, but
so there's
we got
two.
it back.
That's two fumbles right there.
At least I thought.
OG Coach says a couple weeks ago. I think that was the Browns game.
But why doesn't it show up anywhere? It's literally nowhere.
Najee's paying off the ESPN guys.
Yeah, like I was trying to go through game by game and click the games, like the box scores, and nothing pops up there. And then you pull up his overall, just put all the games together, don't even individualize them, and yeah, nothing pops up, man. Now they saying that was Cordell Patterson. That's what Bejeweled.
That was last week.
Bejeweled Stu says it wasn't Naji, it was Patterson. That's what he said, man.
That was in, the last week before this Eagles game. That was the home Browns game.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, I'm with you. I feel like I'm tripping because I know what my eyes have seen. Heck, the fact that
there might have been he might have put the ball on the ground 3 or 4 times this year, but maybe 1 or 2 of them was when he was down.
Right.
But I think there were legitimately 2 times ball out, we recovered it.
Yes, we've seen ball available. Now, they might be right though. He might have had his knee down. It might have been ruled fumble initially, and then when they go back and they're like, "Yo, he was down." Maybe that was the case. That could definitely be the case, man. But I feel like I'm the Matrix all of a sudden, bro. I'm like, hold on, bro. You're telling me what I saw I did not actually see? You telling me that actually wasn't what I thought that was? And I consider myself up here. I know what I saw. You mean to tell me I ain't see that, Deke? Yeah, man. It ain't
Tyler
from
the 334 says, "Deke gonna Photoshop fumbles into the stat line."
Oh, no. Now Deke is elite with the Photoshop game.
I might actually.
That'd be like, yo, how you get that many fumbles? He ain't playing that many games. Oh, man. Oh, let me get one real quick.
Or I'd Photoshop a picture of him fumbling it.
Ooh. Listen, if they call in this one yesterday on Russ, man, you gonna have some opportunities where you can be like, all right, bro, they might have called out on him, but we should go look at Justin Fields.
This is gonna be time consuming doing this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to be actually putting my effort into this right now. Maybe it's an after the season project.
I mean, we had time there. Definitely got some time, man. Definitely had time. Tons of fun. Let me get him real quick. He says, I like how we were talking about a new running back when we still haven't fixed the offensive line yet. Now, technically, we've invested in the offensive line. The offensive line is just injured right now. And you also faced against a D-line that has also invested resources there. We talk about Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Josh Sweat. That's pedigree. Those aren't run-of-the-mill guys. Yeah. In fact, I know we talked about us having interest in drafting 2 of those dudes for certainly, and Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. I know we talked about Nolan Smith as the pass rusher, Swiss Army, could play off ball, on ball type. Yeah.
Let's get you Dub says Dulac doesn't expect GP to play Saturday.
When they said that it showed up on the MRI, I didn't think he would be back until playoffs, man. Because you're talking about tear. And if you're talking tear in the hamstring at that position where you got to run and use that big muscle grouping predominantly the whole time, you're more likely to re-injure it than you are to be able to play 100% and feel great with no issues if it's showing up on the MRI that soon, man. But I'm hoping that GP is that Wolverine type, kind of who I forgot who it was, man. They got hurt. TJ, when he came back, and we were like, yo, he shouldn't be able to come back this fast. Typically with this type of injury, you don't come back, and he came back, and we're like, whoa, all right. If GP does that, I would have the same reaction, like, whoa, all right, that's dope, man. Shout out to GP. But to me, I just don't think that that's gonna be the case right now, man. And I don't think it's smart. Yeah, I don't think it's smart, because what's the point in pressing it now and then you really do something bad to it 2 weeks from now? And now we're going into the playoffs and we're looking like how we looked yesterday, just from a receiver creating separation standpoint. It was Moof and Calvin Austin were our best guys at creating some separation yesterday, man. And we just felt like we needed more. Man.
All right, we got Jeff H. saying the sabotage 2-2 from Deke is real. Dang, bro.
They said you set that man up, bro.
I think I'm just calling it like I see it. Put the ball on the ground a couple times this year.
It can't be how you saw it, man. ESPN, NFL.com, Pro Football Reference, all of the like the what do you call them? I guess the who's who of stats. They all have said that Naji don't fumble, man. He don't not lose him. He doesn't fumble. That's what it says, man.
I don't know.
That's what it says. All of the numbers
Someone's
got
to do some digging into this.
Knight Rider 16 says PFF got Naji first place in fumbles with 0 fumbles. That's what Knight Rider said. Knight Rider's out here. He's trying to help out. He's trying to contribute to the show, man. Shout out to you,
Leah
Knight Rider.
Warren Baxman, she says, I definitely seen Naji fumble at least 3 times this season.
Man, y'all hit that like button one time for Leah, man. All right? Because Leah is over here going against PFF. She's going against Knight Rider. She's going against NFL.com. She's with Deke. All right, so hit the like button for Leah. But y'all subscribe, because Knight Rider is with PFF and he's with NFL.com and he's with Pro Football Reference, saying that Naji has 0 fumbles lost and 0 fumbles, period. All right.
I'm too saucy for you. I like how all these RBs have awesome splash plays and score, but we can't do that with Super Diva Naji. I'm too saucy for you is piggybacking off of who's the initial person that dropped the Diva Naji
Eddie
moniker?
T. Eddie T.
Yeah, I guess it's becoming a thing now.
He's a diva. A diva is the female version of a hustler. All right, shout out, man. But we actually do have those splash plays. Naji has given us multiples of those splash plays this season. You might be talking about what you see Saquon Barkley do at times, and that's a different level of running back. That's Saquon Barkley. There's not a lot of Saquons walking around right now. That's the Giants. If you could easily replace what Saquon does. But Naji is still an elite running back in the National Football League, man. We can go down the list of dudes that we talking about, who you want versus that, and that. And then we also gonna look and say, well, where are these guys currently at right now? Right? So that's my only thing, man, with Naji. He continues to do what? Be readily available, and you know what you're getting from him, man. Whereas some of those other guys that you might bring up that we're gonna be like, oh yeah, that dude's elite. That guy's that. This guy's like, how many games he played this year? How many games he played last year? Damn, how many games he played the year before that? You'd be like, oh, he missed a lot of time. That's the only thing, man. But yeah, no, I like Saquon now. Saquon, and McCaffrey, you make exceptions for dudes, right? I get it. But it's like, man, we're going to say Saquon, we're going to say McCaffrey, we're going to say Derrick Henry. Then it's about to start getting weird in terms of the definitive better than Naji across the board. not just ball carrying, not just availability, not just yardage, not just production, not just availability. It's like, yo, on a consistent basis, and clearly ball security as well. Shout out to the homie Deke. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm just saying, like,
not recently, but yes, overall. I'm gonna stand by that take until I've found it to be proved wrong there.
It says it. That's what they say.
I'm not buying it.
That's what it says, Deke. The stats reflect it. They say that Naji don't fumble, man. All right, he don't fumble. We've seen Nick Chubb fumble. Yes, he got hurt too, man. Hopefully, he broke his foot. He'll bounce back. But even Nick Chubb fumbled yesterday, and that was definitely his fumble. We seen it. He got hit. Punch out. Never seen it. Yeah. But Naj don't fumble, man. Naj locked in. Man.
Except for yesterday.
He said, I know what I see. Okay, what
well,
you
I know what
I
saw yesterday, and then
you saw Russell Wilson.
I know what I saw
yesterday.
in those games before.
You saw Russell Wilson fumble the ball yesterday. That's what you saw yesterday, man. You gotta get your eyes checked, bro. You gotta get double LASIK, man. All right, that was the Russ fumble yesterday, man. Hey, I don't know why they be trying to put all that negativity on Naj, man. Y'all gotta get y'all act together, man. Hey, Naj don't fumble. All right, they don't do that.
Jay Cooler says, I love Robert's run defense, but he was getting cooked in the passing game yesterday.
Fair. They had him in the zone concepts. And when it's zone concepts and guys have time to create double moves, yeah, that's not what the zone defense is designed for. But that's also part of what I was talking about with some of our depth at the rushing interior and exterior on the D-line, man. When we started to rotate some of them dudes, man, yeah, at times that allowed Hurts to have a little bit more time dropping back, man, and extend those plays. And yeah, that's when you're going to see a lot more strain on a guy like Landon Roberts from a coverage perspective. He was right on the initial part of it, but once you give me the out and the up, that's not his game, man. So I just kind of look at that, and you understand that every player is going to have a strength and a weakness. That's part of the weakness of his game when he gets to that part. But the beautiful part is he did tackle him, didn't allow the yardage after the catch. So like you said, man, you try to find the positive with that, but I look at those scenarios and I say, man, pass rush, we got to win. Guys can't have time for the double moves. The double move puts way too much pressure on coverage.
This Naji take is aging like Deke's Pickett takes. Comment from Forceworks 7.
Yo, they at you, bro. They they always be looking for a reason anyways. But now you done gave them a reason. They're like, oh no, Deke,
Hannibal pride comes before the fall. Let it go.
They say you ain't getting off of this one, Deke. Let it go, else. I love it. Hey, man, you gotta get your eyes checked, Deke. You did not see what you thought you saw, man. All right. Bro, this is crazy. I feel like I'm toxic in this relationship. Like, how they gonna tell Deke, you saw the text message. I saw the text message. Nah, you ain't see that. That's fake news. It's like, bro, I know what I just saw. Deke, you, me, we saw the same things, man.
Are you just talking about yesterday's game or in general for the season?
I'm talking about in general.
I thought he legitimately put the ball on the ground twice.
You heard me, Mo. I'm standing here with you like, yo, I know I seen it. And they're like, yo, there's nothing up here, bro. And that's what had me kind of spooked. Like, as I'm reading through, like, yo, I don't know right now, bro. I really just feel off. Like, how did that? It's no way. Deke, our eyes aren't like that. We know what we've seen, bro. But they say he ain't fumble. That's what the official stats say. I just conceded to it. I'm just like, yo,
I'm not.
If the stats say that, then the stats say that, man. Rock out. And since I was on the positive side, I feel like I'm good. You Baker Mayfield me, man. You put the flag down there on the fumbles, man. So now they looking at you like, hey, come on, man.
Tons of fun. We invested in O-line, but we don't know if we want Dan Moore. Broderick was supposed to be our left tackle, but ain't. And we got to pray Troy can stay healthy.
I mean, that's fair. If it's me, I want Dan Moore back. I do. I think obviously we'll see what the team has in their plans. With Broderick, I'm always so like back and forth because every time I feel like the team is gonna make a decision or they're gonna start talking like they really love him or they're enjoying him at right, I will listen to like how Coach Tomlin answers questions surrounding Broderick, and it never comes off as like he's like super excited about what he's doing or what he's seeing. It kind of gives me the Kevin Dotson vibes, bro. And I don't think he's in the doghouse, but when he talks on him, he never is like complimentary of his work. He's like, he's getting better. He's working. It's just real like short. And it's like I don't like to me. I'm looking at the dude like, yo, from what you was doing early on to like what you've been giving us. Even though you gave up a sack yesterday, it's like as a whole, we feel like you've been more consistent, less penalized, and just playing better. But I don't know. It just So I don't know how they all the way feel about him. And I think that's what's kind of messing me up with the Dan Moore situation. I think if they were more concrete on that, I think it's a lot easier to figure out the Dan Moore part. They've already kind of tipped their hand with Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like, in a way, the decision's already made, probably behind the scenes, on what we're doing.
Right.
Unless Dan Moore plays like an all-pro last 3 games, and in the playoffs we win a Super Bowl. And even then, though, the decision might be made up. Whether we're keeping Dan Moore or we're just going to move off him and flip Broderick over.
Based off of everything you've seen updated with Broderick, how do you feel, though?
My guess is we are going to move Broderick over to left tackle. We drafted him first round. We drafted Five-Town in first round. It's like we want to see them at their respective positions that we drafted them for sooner rather than later.
Though, versus what's actually happening when guys are in the game, though. Does that have any impact on it? Because even though we haven't been seeing Broderick at left tackle, we still have been seeing him playing multiple games at right.
He's been fine.
Yeah. Because I'm just like,
I don't know if it's the right decision.
Both of them
or
are
not.
kind of like, what?
If you're keeping Dan Moore, trade Broderick then.
Ooh. I mean, I see why you would, but I could also be like, why do we want to do that? Because we see how quickly an injury can happen.
No, I know, but.
And they're all rookie deals, except for Dan, whenever or whatever you would decide to pay him with.
I guess we could franchise more, huh?
Transition tag, maybe.
Something like that. I don't think
you got to franchise him. I think
at least keep his rights,
yeah.
And then maybe you could trade him for something.
Because with the transition, that would at least allow you to give him a bump in pay where it's not you're breaking the bank, but a team still would have to give up a draft pick, and you would still get the opportunity for first refusal or to match the offer before you can sign. So you still got some options with that. And we've seen that multiple times, man, and teams have kind of like stayed off of dudes. So
yeah, you could keep Moore. You could keep Jones still. It's just like, I don't know. You drafted him in the first round a couple years ago.
But he hasn't been playing too, though.
And he hasn't been playing bad for you.
Yeah.
It's not like one of those things where he's a complete turnstile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the most positive reinforcement there.
It wasn't. It was like he's not.
He's been playing good recently. He's been playing better recently, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe you take that chance. Dan Moore's been solid, but he hasn't been perfect either.
I feel like both are kind of like in that same vein.
Yeah. So if they are in the same, I guess you go with the guy that you're not paying as much. The one that has more upside too, the guy that you drafted in the first round. That's why I would think they're gonna move Broderick Jones over. That would be my guess.
Respect.
Unless Dan Moore plays lights out and like he's our catalyst for a Super Bowl run here. We're running a ton of plays over to the left side. He's mauling dudes over. He's locking down the edge rusher over there. Russ has a ton of time. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that jumps off the screen for us where, wow, we really got to highlight this left tackle.
But he has had to go against some killers, though.
I know.
And he's held his own for the majority of the time versus these killers as well.
Yeah.
It's just such a weird dynamic that we got with that situation with the tackles right now, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, we got a couple more here, I think. One more. I think it's tons of fun again. He follows up saying, all I'm saying is it's always bad when we lose in the trenches, no matter how much you're invested in the O-line. No hate. I'm just worried.
No, it's not a hate thing, and I'm with you, man. Our team is built to win in the trenches. When we are the more physical team offensively and defensively in the trenches, everything about our team looks way better. Our corners look better. Our receivers look better. Our quarterback and running game looks better. The handful of games that we've dropped, you go back and look at how we were in the trenches, You look at how much pressure we were to generate, and not just generate the pressure, but actually get the quarterback on the ground, because yesterday we generated pressure, but we just couldn't get Hurts on the ground for a couple of things. And then you talk about hand size and why does it matter? When TJ Watt punched at that football with Jalen Hurts, I'm like, yo, how the heck does that ball not come out, man? Like,
yeah.
But that's one of them, like, yo, this dude got the crazy grip of, you know, whatever over here, man. But, you know, seeing that type of stuff, it's like, yeah, man, we still understand that for us to win week in and week out, we got to be the better team there. So with those investments, man, when the guys are healthy and the guys are available, yeah, we typically are that. Yesterday, though, that wasn't the case. We were leaking some oil, and on the flip side, they've also invested in their trenches just as much, if not more, than we have, because not only are their guys first rounders like us, but their first rounders are higher pedigree first rounders, right? When we talk about a Jordan Davis and a Jalen Carter, Zach Frazier wasn't top 5, top 10 pick. Mason McCormick wasn't a top 5, top 10 pick. I just say you might have been top 5, top 10 pick when we brought him in here. It's a difference. Nolan Smith and Broderick Jones, you could say that's what in the terms of their draft status. Dan Moore and Josh Sweat, I felt like Josh was the higher draft pick in that matchup. So we've invested, but they've invested more resources there. We talked about their offensive line, first round to second round, first round to second round, right? Except Mayada, and he's just been playing really well. That was like their sixth round draft pick. That was like the lowest guy. But then you look at the guys that we had out there. It's like, man, we both invested in it, but at times, yeah, they just invested a little bit more. And we shouldn't also be surprised by it either. We think about Andy Weidel, and what's one of his staples when he came from Philly? They build up in the trenches. That's what we said we were enjoying about him coming over and bringing to us, and he's done that as well. But you can see the blueprint of what he kind of left over there. They rough in the trenches, man, offensively and defensively. And that's the way that we got to continue to be better at. But we will be, man.
All right, that was the last super.
I like it, man. I like it. Overall, though, man, has your thoughts on the offense changed any following this game?
No, I'd like to have Pickens back.
That's just the big thing.
Yeah, I'd like to have Pickens back. I would have liked it for the refs not to throw that flag on Zach Frazier for whatever the hell that was, on sportsmanlike conduct or unnecessary roughness. I think that was ridiculous. Yeah. That killed that drive.
Hold on, which one did you say?
The one on Frazier, the tripping.
The tripping. Yeah,
that was some big time BS. Because I think that was the drive we punted on the 4th and 7. So right there we could have. I mean, we scored right there, scored a touchdown. That we make it a 1-score game there. Yeah. I just don't think the offense really got the ball enough, particularly in that second half. Because if you look in going to halftime, yeah, we didn't convert. I get it, we didn't convert on a couple of those turnovers early in the game the way that we would have liked. But it's 17-13 going into half. And then Eagles coming out of half, they score the field goal, 20-13. We have the ball. We're driving. It seems like we have some good momentum going. And then we know what happened.
Yeah.
So, obviously Pickens would be helping our offense. I think we went up against a good team, and we didn't play our best.
Yeah.
What do you mean in terms of how I'm feeling about the offense? And
I'm saying in general.
Is there any changes I feel like should be made?
Because, like, you know how, like, after a game, right, you see a team lose, man, and it's like, yo, man, we should have switched this dude out. We need to get more of this guy involved. Like, I ain't know if you felt like that about anything. Because, I mean, the way we kind of
just want Pickens healthy.
Yeah, I
think that's what it comes down to. And Naji catch all the tosses, yeah.
That's I think we both kind of were on with that.
I don't know what ground sweeping changes we should be doing right now.
Yeah, because I'm like, how many other teams are we going to match up with where they're going to have trenches built like that also? Like, Baltimore, that's not going to be the case. Cincinnati, that's not the case. Kansas City, defensively, their front is good, but offensively, you're still going to be able to generate pressure on Mahomes.
I'd like our defense to play better, but we also didn't have Deshaun Elliott in there. We also didn't have Larry Ogunjobi, and Dante Jackson left midway through the game.
And then TJ got hurt.
So that's part of them playing better. Yeah. If the defense is fully healthy, I'm sure it would have been a better performance.
Yeah.
To what degree, I don't know, but I think it would have been better. Just like having Pickens on offense would have been better. So I just think it sucks.
Yeah. How you feel about Boz, man? He continue to set that record, huh?
Yeah,
man. Most field goals and Steelers.
Skated one by, but we'll take it.
He called glass, Deke. Chill out, man. He called glass. Yeah. I'm just glad it went in, man.
Yeah, he made the big one. I think wasn't the one from high 40s.
49, yeah. Center cut.
Yeah, that was nice. Little fade on it.
Yeah. Waitman with the hole too, man. Yeah.
Waitman with some good punts. He's been awesome for us.
Shoot, he punted better than they punter. They punter had the 40 one that we caught. Then we ain't do nothing with all the way, but yeah.
No, I don't. I think that's the thing where, especially with where we're at right now in the season, we're 15 weeks in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any ground sweeping changes we need to be making outside of just getting healthy. But it sucks coming after a loss because obviously what we did yesterday wasn't good enough. So you feel like you want to make some change. You want to find some grand solution.
How do we get over the hump? Because it's like, if this is what they're saying as a playoff team or a Super Bowl representative, and we just lost, how do we cross that? How do we be better than them?
Sometimes you just got to play better. You just got to be better on a given Sunday. And we weren't better yesterday. Almost like the Lions in the Bills game. That's what Jared Goff was saying in his press conference. He's like, listen, I mean, we both, I think both teams view themselves as one of the better teams in the league. Mm-hmm. They just outplayed us today. Like it doesn't change how we view ourselves going forward, but we just got to play better.
I was about to say, it really, from my eyes, I'm like,
well, in the Lions case, they also do need to get healthy.
But
I don't know if that's even possible. Some of their
guys aren't coming back.
Right.
Like their guys are like long-term IR, get surgery. We'll see you next year, man.
Right.
Us, all our dudes, pretty much outside of Troy is the only one that we deemed as unavailable, and even with that, they're like, oh, that still could at some point.
Yeah, they're saying TJ's
because he
shouldn't be anything more than a couple weeks.
Well,
so keep him out.
Coach T, though, said in the press conference he didn't rule him out for this weekend.
I say keep him out, but
it's TJ, though.
Yeah, he's going to want to play. I get it.
He can't win Depoy if he sit out.
I get it. He's going to want to play.
He can't win Depoy if he sit out. You done all the hard work. You got this close. You stayed in fighting range this whole time.
I don't know how his injury exactly works. I don't even know what it is, but as long as there's
is it ankle or is it
no
foot
chance of making it worse, like maybe it's one of those things where it's gonna hurt you a little. You're gonna hurt it a little bit. You're gonna feel it, but you being out there isn't gonna
make it worse.
Make it potentially worse.
Yeah. Do we have any confirmation if it's ankle versus foot?
I have no clue. No, I have no confirmation on anything.
Gotcha. Okay. That's the only thing I just need to know. I'm like, is it ankle or is it foot? Is it ankle or is it foot?
828 Style says he's not mad about losing the game. He's more mad about Connor Hayward letting the dude pimp slap him and not doing anything about it. Cam needs to fix that.
Hey, hold on. Y'all see who it was that smacked him, right?
I missed it.
Bro.
Was this during the scuffle?
Bro, no. It was a punt play.
I didn't see it.
Oh, man. I want to say it was a punt play, bro. And literally, they're just kind of like, plays going on, and Jalen get up. Bah! Man, he smacked him so hard upside the head, like Connor pop up, buckled down and everything, and he never like responded though. It was just like, yo, hold on, bro. Like, yeah, he smacked the heck out of her. Like,
damn.
It looked like what the 5 fingers say to the face? Smack. Like, yeah. Is Charlie Murphy gonna have to smack her? Yeah, it was on that. It was like, yo, give me my baby powder. Bah! Like, yeah.
We got TJ news. They're saying low ankle sprain.
Okay. We like low ankle sprain. That works.
All right, he could play.
Yeah, low ankle sprain works.
He could play.
Yeah, I was say if it was foot, I'm like, a little weird about that. I don't want to play with that one, but low ankle, he going to spat that thing up, throw some tape on it, he'll be good to go.
Yeah, for the division. He'll play.
Yeah, sit him out for the week.
I'd be fine with sitting him, but he's good. He'll be fine.
Now, 1 day short, though. Saturday game, and we're on the road. Got to travel.
Listen, I'm fine with sitting him, but I'm not going to go overboard in saying that he should sit. I would be fine with sitting him. Playing on a low ankle sprain. All right.
Yeah. That's my thing. I'm like, it's TJ.
Dudes like that, they're built a certain way. Sometimes you just got to let it go.
Yeah. I'm like, TJ built for violence. He built for winning on Sundays, man, and knowing that this is the type of game that we talking about coming up, man, with all the chips, hat and T-shirt, and this solidifies that you guarantee a home playoff game as well. We all gonna, if you a competitor, man, they're gonna want to be out there. He's for certain gonna want to be out there.
It's been a minute.
It has, bro.
I mean, if you want to count the COVID one, the 2020, that doesn't really count, though.
It didn't feel the same. I'm with you.
There's only 2,000 fans in there?
Yeah.
All empty seats.
It was
Before that, what was it, the Jaguars then?
Yeah, because, no.
It's been a while.
You're right, because that was the COVID year with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have had to been Jaguars 2017. Yeah. That's nuts, bro. Yep. And then the last win would have been Dolphins 16 wild card. Yeah, so we ain't won a home playoff game in a minute. We haven't had a traditional home playoff game in a while. So, yeah, you could change all of that this weekend, though. You win, you're guaranteed to have a legit home field or at least a home game, and we know how crazy Steeler Nation will be.
Right.
For the first time in dang near 6-7 years, man. Yeah.
828 Styles says, you could tell Elliott wasn't out there.
Yeah, I would agree, man. Not only do you feel, his presence in the sense of what it opens up pass game wise, but also when we're talking about just the run game and the tackling part. Now, the flip side, I did notice we got more Minkah Fitzpatrick tackle for loss, more Minkah Fitzpatrick down by the line of scrimmage in the run game, because that's traditionally where Deshaun Elliott has been, and Minkah's been able to be middle of the field, where they had DeMonte Casey at to kind of help police some of that passing stuff. But the flip side was no Elliott. Now you put Minkah in the box because he's the better of the tacklers between him and Deshaun, or between him and Casey, and now Casey is last line of defense. And yeah, you just got to have a guy that can consistently make those tackles and kind of go from there. But yeah, Deshaun Elliott, man, he's a heck of a player, man, and what he's been able to do to allow Minkah to get away with some of the stuff that he's doing this year. Yeah, you need him back out there.
AJ Martinez says 300 at the store and a gallon of Tide on the floor of the truck. LOL, we need two things. Beat Buffalo in 10 feet of snow.
Jeez.
Our slow stars could hurt us.
That's fair.
I think he's trying to say slow starts.
Yeah, slow starts could hurt us. I mean, trust me, it's not like we intentionally trying to start slow or they intentionally trying to start slow. That ain't the case. But, yeah, that's definitely something they got to get better at, man. Absolutely. Why it got to be 10 feet of snow in Buffalo? You know they're going to move the game if that happens, man. I won't need all that.
Only if it's the Steelers they're playing.
Hey, Buffalo can play in the snow,
if
man.
It's the 49ers. Who cares?
You saw Buffalo play in the snow, man. Buffalo can play in the snow, man.
Doesn't matter if it's any other team but the Steelers. Go ahead.
Have
a field day out there.
Courteous.
Make snowmen.
It was a courtesy thing, man. It was they don't need to experience that. It's a playoff game, man. It's the young guy, Mason Rudolph starting on the road, man. Let's make sure the conditions are ideal for him. That's what they did.
What if we wanted to play in the snow?
He didn't say that. He said,
I think everybody on the Steelers side of things were all for the snow game.
That was the case. I don't think that was the case, man.
All for it.
I don't think that was the case. I think in theory we like to say that, but I don't think we really wanted to go out there in the snow. I think we wanted to go out there where it was nice, like we did. It's a better game that way, man.
We preferred the snow. And we could have won where it was nice. It's just Pickens fumbled and Mason threw a pick.
Right, and if it's snowing out there, then it's like what else could happen on top of those things is what I'm saying. If they doing that when the weather's fine, just imagine if the weather was actually worse.
I don't think Josh Allen's doing as much on offense.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Man, you saying, man, don't do him like that. But that was last year. That was old Josh. You're right. He turned the ball over. That was old Josh.
Well, he did in the playoffs.
But still, old Josh, you don't win MVP if you got too many turnovers. That's what I've noticed. Turnovers matter more than touchdowns. I learned that last year as well.
No, it's not. It's not about just the turnovers.
You confusing me. Turnovers matter more than touchdowns, or you got to be the quarterback on the winningest team in the league.
No, not necessarily. He lost some games for the Bills in 2023.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not about the raw number of turnovers. He had some bad ones at bad times though.
Yeah, and that 2 seed, nobody care about that. That's what I'm saying. Like, who's the guy on the 1 team?
No, that's not necessarily the case. That's not the prerequisites.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how you get to the 1 team if you ain't the 1 seed? Because the 2 seed definitely don't matter. 2 seed is the first loser. That's what I've realized. I learned that last year too. I like it.
AJ Martinez, we don't care. Kick him in the balls. Come on, 83.
Now, that's fair also, man. He definitely could have got his lick back in some capacity, but he probably would have got flagged for it. Then he would have got smacked and flagged, and it's just bad on bad then. Deke, you got to go back and look at this play. He really got smacked.
All right.
Like, I'm talking like blatant, like 5-finger disrespect, just pow. And he didn't get the face mask. He got like the side of the helmet. So it was like you saw his whole head like rock. You like, dang, Connor.
AJ Martinez also says the crew will get your back. 83 2-fought 95 in Cleveland.
This is true. This is true.
828 Styles says Carter should have got a Garrett to Mason treatment.
Did we win that one?
Huh?
He said Carter should have got the Garrett the Mason treatment. As he said, we would be the Masons in that, or would we be the Garretts in that? Because
he's saying Carter should have got Garrett to Mason. So like, yeah,
so we should.
He wants Connor Hayward to take off his helmet.
I'm glad we left that one alone. Connor, just leave that one alone, bro. We don't need that, bro. Yeah.
828 Style. I truly want to know what the NFL has against the Steelers. I have an idea, but since this is a family show, I'll keep it to myself. Everybody already know.
No, I can respect that, man. And yeah, unfortunately, at times it does look like, man, the odds aren't in our favor. Like it's a vendetta out against us. We're like, hold on, bro. We don't get no break. We really again. All right. So I get it.
Adrian Martinez says my cracked phone is messing up my typing.
Nah, shout out to you, AJ, man. And we definitely can dig how you be typing, how you be getting what you got to say off your chest, man. So we appreciate you from the heart for that, man. But yeah. I'm just thinking back on this whole Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph, and I'm just like, yeah. Who you think is a Myles Garrett, Jalen Carter? They both about what? Yeah. Just leave that one alone. But I like it though, man. I like it. All right. Anything left? What we got? Anything on the back end?
Yeah.
I say it was one of the ones yesterday, man. Just one of the ones.
Bad game.
Well, it's one of the ones, man.
Adrian Martinez says, Frank, Eagles landed 2 punches in front of the ref.
I saw the Slay ones. Yeah. He'll get fined, though. And, you know, it's a NFL alum. Shout out to the NFL alum. Shout out to the charities out there, man. As much as we don't like to see guys get fined, we do appreciate when those guys do get fined, though, man. So, you know, it's one of those ones right there, man. But shout out to the Slay, though, man. You know.
I mean, as a fan, I don't care about the fine.
Yeah, man. You know what it is, man.
I care about the penalty.
Don't do him like that, Deke. Don't do him like that. You think of Ben Roethlisberger, Deke. That fine is gonna help Big Ben out, man. It's gonna help all his family, all his kids out, man. Just remember, 7 is one of those.
I seen the contracts he was signing here. I think he's good.
So I think he's gonna be all right, bro.
I think he's fine.
7 is gonna all the way be good. Respect, man. Respect.
AJ Martinez is 5'5" would fire back.
Yeah, but that's different. And I'm a peacemaker, all right? But yeah, dude, smack the heck. Deke, I wish you saw the video because I would want to know, like, yo, how would you respond if that would, like, yo, he really smacked this dude, bro? Like, it didn't look like it belonged in the game. Like, it's not personal, but he smacked him. Like, yeah, like, I don't know you like that. Like, what you gonna do about it? Yeah, it wasn't pretty,
and no one saw it.
The dude standing next to him saw it because
the ref.
No, like I forgot which Steeler was next to him, but it was like in the middle of the play. But it was like, yo, you see my man head get smacked. I don't know if Connor wasn't expecting it, maybe. But I'm like, if it's Jalen Carter and you're lined up in front of him, bro, you better be ready for whatever. It's like, that's a big dude, you know what I mean? Yeah, but he for certain just Tito the Good Vibe said the same thing. He was like, it was bad, man. Like, he really, like, just, man. But Connor got hurt, though. He'll fight back. Watch. Next week, he's going to go in. He's going to catch a 15-yard. He's going to try to knock somebody out. I can see it. But I like it there, man. I like it. All right. Shoot. I guess we solid there. guess we good for the day. So y'all hit that like button, man. One time for the culture. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Couple of updates as well, man. This will be the final week of shows for up until what, December 30th, right? Yeah, after that, man, we'll get back. We're gonna take all the Christmas break off. Your boy got the move coming up, all right? We in a new spot, all right? So we turning all this stuff over, man. But yeah, couple more shows this week. Then after that, like I said, we'll take off all of the Christmas week, man. All right, so just giving y'all the heads up on that. All right. But other than that, AJ did drop one. Oh, all right, we got a couple more supers just popped up. I like how they do it right when we was about to check about this day, too. Shout out to y'all, man. All right, AJ Martinez says the ref, Deke. That's funny. Shout out. All right. And then Jeff H also pulls up and he says, 7 gonna be fine. Hashtag thank you 7.
No.
Hashtag fake sabotage 7.
No, that's not what that means at all.
That's what he say. Say, yo.
That's not what that means.
Thank you 7, bro. That's what he said, bro. So thank you 7, man. It's not wrong with thank you 7, man.
No, there's a lot wrong with that.
Thank you 7, man.
And there's no fake sabotage 7. There was a real sabotage that took place in 2020. It was 2021. Time's flying.
That was a young adolescent Matt Canada, though. Maybe he was sabotaged.
No, everyone was in on it.
Yeah.
Organization, Canada,
sabotage Coach T,
Canada,
man.
Colbert,
They
Kendrick Green.
They sabotaged Colbert. It was sabotage
Green.
Kevin Colbert. Yeah. Kendrick Green,
God.
sabotage Kendrick.
We had Claypool being a starter.
Sabotage Dotson. They put Dotson at left.
Yeah.
See, sabotage
That's a
all
good
the homies,
point.
man.
Forgot about that one.
A lot of people sabotaging stuff, man. We gonna blame, man.
What?
Who orchestrated the sabotage, man? Who you blaming? We
Who orchestrated
We
it?
keep going up higher and higher with these names just to say, man, where we stopping this thing at, man?
I think everyone was in on it, but Rooney.
All right. But Rudy, all right. I ain't
Rooney brought
no.
back 7.
Okay, all right. Respect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Ben said after the season, it just didn't seem like they wanted me back. Tomlin, it didn't seem like Tomlin wanted me back. GM, organization. I'm sure Rooney would have taken Ben back, though. I'm sure he would have.
Who do you think signed off on it?
What?
On the decision to officially move on from him?
I don't know.
I like that. That's a solid answer right there. I like that right there, bro. That's a solid answer.
I don't know.
Hey, yo, that's above the pay grade, bro. I don't know. I ain't got that answer. All right. I like that. That's not. Hey, shout out, bro. I like that.
It wasn't. It was just. Yeah. It was a sabotage 7 movement from the start. It's a shame. Gave Matt Canada the keys. When it came down to the 2021 season ending, we stuck with Canada and had Ben go into retirement.
Do you ever think you gonna ever like Matt Canada in any capacity in life? I feel like
I liked him in 2022 in the second half of that season.
I feel like he's forever gonna be on your naughty list. I know it's Christmas time coming up. I feel like he's just forever.
Oh,
gonna
it's
be
also
like,
Tomlin's
give him
fault.
a lump of coal.
It's also Tomlin's fault for hiring him.
Ooh, okay. So you can't so it's not exclusive to Matt Canada. Some of that is still Coach T. I like what you're doing, but I still feel this.
Yeah, that
about
was a bad
too.
spot for Tomlin. That was a bad move.
Respect.
And if you're going through his resume, obviously it's good. He's a Hall of Fame coach, but that was a bad one.
All right.
That was a bad hire.
Yeah. I could dig it there, man. I could dig it.
And the decision to go with the trio of quarterbacks of Mitch, Kenny, and Mason over rocking with Ben for another season or two. I mean, that was a bad one too.
But we had to go through that to get the rest.
No, I'd rather have 7 for those last 2 years, and then we see how this offseason plays out. I don't know. We got to draft one of these guys. We draft Penix. We draft something like that. Pick up a Sam Darnold in free agency.
Uh-huh.
I'll take my chances with that. Or even with Rob. I mean, hell, if Ben retired last offseason, I guess it
we
would
would
have
have
been.
signed Kirk Cousins.
Hell no.
Mike, come on, Deke.
Hell no.
Deke, come on, bro.
No.
Deke, you said last year the biggest free agent signing at the quarterback spot was Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, why would we
Come
do
on,
that
man.
when you could get Russ for $1 million?
Because it's Kirk Cousins, bro. It's Kirk. Come on, man. Don't do
No.
it
Or
like
we
that.
draft one of these guys.
You know it would have been Kirk Cousins here, man. That actually would have worked out. I would have enjoyed that.
Kirk being here.
Transition from 7 to Kirk as like our bridge quarterback, yeah, to the next guy, yeah. I would have liked that. We
You
went
see what
Mitch.
Kirk's doing this year?
We went Mitch as our bridge quarterback, bro. It didn't work. Kirk's track record, what Kirk is doing recently is like what you're calling Naji's fumbles. All right, we're seeing it, but are we really seeing it? It's bad, but is it really as bad as we think it is? I think we're all just in a simulator right now. It's an optic illusion. What you're seeing happen with Kirk Cousins, the same with that fumble that you thought you saw Naji have. What fumble did you see? You don't see fumbles. Naji is Mr. Ball Security forever and always.
The only way Kirk Cousins is a Pittsburgh Steelers, he's QB2 or QB3.
Kirk Cousins next year, man. Just
I don't know.
If the Russ deal don't work out,
why does it seem like you're secretly rooting for this?
I'm not. I want the Russ deal to work out. I'm just looking at Arthur Smith. I'm looking at play action pass. I know what Kirk Cousins thrives at his play action pass, and I know what he's struggling a lot of this year in the lack of being caught. And I'm just saying I could just see how that could go full circle, and we gonna still pull up on something. Whether it's draft wise, we're gonna get something out here.
Here's the order. It's Russ's contract, and then I'd go Fields, and then I'd go Rodgers if somehow the Jets move off of him.
Oh, that's tough. You going Rodgers over Cousins? That's tough.
Absolutely,
to me.
that's not even a question.
Crazy right now.
Rodgers is having a down year, and it's like it would be like a good season for Cousins.
Man, Rodgers, he blew up a whole organization during his down year. It's been a lot of people that have lost their jobs due to his down year.
We'll be able to handle him. We could handle him here.
Yeah.
We have way better structure.
That's like nuclear. That's not a regular down year.
It would almost kind of be like bringing in Russ in a way.
No.
Not completely, because I know Rodgers is a little bit more of a drama guy than a Russ, but it's the same concept. You're bringing an all-time great into a great organization.
I think that's why you got to bring in Kirk, bro.
Rodgers don't have to carry us or anything.
I think that's why you're bringing in Kirk, man.
No, he can't play anymore.
Kirk,
they're about to bench him tonight
because he's hurt, and they're not giving him. He's not under center. Get off that pistol. He in that pistol, and they ain't giving him play action. He's a play action pass. Let me hit that right over the linebackers. Hit that. It's kind of like Purdy. Hit that on the backside. Like, yeah, it's rhythm. Just keep that rhythm.
I ain't paying him a lot of money for sure.
Which one?
Purdy.
Oh no, Deke. He an MVP. That's an MVP quarterback. No, you got to pay that man $100.
Who said he was the MVP? Lamar was the MVP last year.
Last year, he was. Was Purdy not an MVP? Purdy should get MVP. Purdy,
who said that?
A lot of people said it.
Well, I did.
That was a lot. There were a lot of people said it, man. Yeah, you got to pay Purdy.
I get why he was in the conversation. I mean, he was putting up good stats.
Purdy's going to cost, man. Purdy's, and he's next up. Who's getting paid before Purdy right now?
Who's getting paid before him? Okay,
I think he's next up. That's what, like. He's
I'm not paying him $60 million. I'm not. You're getting $40 million.
Because everybody's under contract. That's worth it.
You're getting the Baker deal. You're getting $40 million max. That's the class you're in right now.
But how? When Purdy's been to a Super Bowl and the NFC Championship.
Yeah, but we got some new information with him this year.
And Purdy won an NFC Championship game.
Yeah, we got some new information with him.
We've never seen Baker do that. It's a lot of quarterbacks we've never seen come close to that, man.
I know, but he needed to keep that up. He didn't. We already had questions about.
Purdy shows up in big moments, man.
I agree. No, yeah. that's very valuable. But I mean, we already had questions about like his impact just as him versus the system and his surroundings. Now, he played good though. You got to give him 100% that. And that's why I was talking about. Like if he would have kept it up this season, we should be considering like a top 5, top 6 quarterback. But he hasn't. Now, obviously, the Niners team hasn't been as good around him, but that's part of it. You got to be able to steady the storm and keep your team in the playoffs and elevate and stuff. And Purdy he hasn't done it to that extent. I mean, he's a little banged up too, but yeah, you're not getting Josh Allen money. You're not getting Jordan Love money. You're not getting Burrow money. You're not that guy.
Love got paid. Love got a nice deal.
You're not that guy.
If you're Purdy, though, how do you not get the Love deal though?
You could try
because you've had more success.
But I told almost like with the Cowboys and Dak. If I'm the Niners, I'm moving off. If you're trying to really get $60 million, I'm moving off. Bring me back. Bring me Darnold. Bring Darnold back.
That's what we all did.
I would.
Party.
Yeah, you're getting between 30 and
Purdy
40 million.
Don't get
if I'm feeling nice about it, if you finish the season off strong, maybe 40. But
he don't get the 50 piece. He didn't won an NFC Championship and took you to a Super Bowl.
No.
No. So big winning don't matter.
No, it does.
It just don't matter more because
the
guys that aren't winning getting paid.
No, you know, and you know. I mean, there's a reason why the Rams moved off Jared Goff to get Stafford, and Stafford did
they had already
decent
paid,
winning
but
with the
they
Rams.
they were paying Goff too though. Goff was on a $100 million deal by then. Yeah.
Well, they recognized their mistake. Moved off.
That's also fair. I can't argue with that way. But it's Purdy though, bro.
But I mean, you see Goff flourishing with the Lions though. So respect to him.
MVP front runner, man. MVP final.
No.
Like that, man.
Like, I don't know if because Goff got what, like 55 million or something this offseason, right? Like that's even. He's playing good though. He is playing good.
His deal looks better than the Dak deal.
He's playing really good.
His deal looks better than Dak's.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, not even a question. Like Goff's, he's top 10 right now for sure. But he's on the bottom of the list.
It's like you don't want to believe he's actually.
I still don't really
I'm with you.
Believe it fully.
Because even watching him, it's like, yo, you look really good, but you're also Jared Goff. Yeah.
He's playing awesome. So no, I'm not giving Purdy. No. You can get 30 million. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good amount.
If you're San Francisco, can you really justify running the risk of not paying him? When you failed at Trey Lance, when Jimmy G didn't work out, when you saw all the other guys that you had in between those guys and before Brock Purdy came, can you really run that risk when you got a Brock Purdy that you hit on as a fluke of a draft pick as well? It wasn't like you took him in the first because you really believed him.
You're seeing how things are going with him right now. It looks like their window's closing, so it might. I mean, if you don't re-sign him, you can't come to an agreement. It might be time for the reboot anyway.
Okay.
Because you're going to be paying him, and then you're going to have all these aging stars and you're probably going to have to let some of them go because of the Brock Purdy contract.
Yeah.
They're only getting older anyway.
But we all say a quarterback is the most important piece.
Yeah. So what about you? Gotta have an elite guy.
I mean, it's Purdy though. He's been elite at times.
Yeah, but like I said, you know and you know. We got new information.
I'm with you, bro. It's just like I said, it's gonna be funny, man. How this offseason goes with him, man.
It was a hell of a run with him first couple years. It still is. I mean, it still is. I'll pay you $30 million. You're not getting 60.
$30 million. You're like robbing the dude though when you're talking NFL market value.
I don't think Baker's getting 30.
Dak gets 60, and he's had better success than both of those guys.
That's a bad deal. It's just like the Rams with trading Jared Goff. Just because we signed him to this deal and everything doesn't mean we can't pivot and try to make a better move. So with the Niners, just because the Cowboys are paying Dak this or X team or Dolphins are paying two of that. I gotta pay Brock Purdy. No.
But no. Why is Brock Purdy even your starter?
He's been playing good.
No. Who did you draft to be your starter?
Trey Lance.
Was that the same draft? Or was it the two drafts are different?
I think it was different.
The exact same draft.
It was.
No, the same draft.
No, Purdy was in the Kenny draft.
You're right. Kenny.
It was a draft.
The draft apart. Yeah, it was like a 1 and 2 props tops. But it's like, yo, this dude came and saved you. He made y'all look good. Otherwise, y'all would have got fired behind the Trey Lance deal.
I think it was a win-win scenario. Yeah. It still is a win-win scenario, but if you're asking for 60, I gotta start looking other ways.
I can't give you 60
because if I'm Kyle Shanahan, if I'm the Niners, I'm thinking to myself, we could win with a Sam Darnold. We could win with one of these guys that were like, if it's Baker Mayfield. Hell, if you put Baker Mayfield over there and you're paying him $30 million, you're thinking to yourself, oh, we could do the same thing with him. Yeah. Like, you want a competent guy in there. If you're, that's the thing. Like, I think you need one of those elite guys, but if you're not going to get one of those elite guys, get a Baker. Get a guy you're paying $30 million, because that $30 million difference is a lot in terms of like building your team. Maybe you just hope you're that outlier team over the last like 20, 25 years that can win with, an average or like a not average. Like, I'm not trying to like rip on a Baker Mayfield or anything, but like one of those type of guys. If you don't have the guy, that's got to be the approach, I think, at this point, or a rookie quarterback contract. But when you don't have an elite guy, you gotta pivot. When you don't have an elite guy and one of these mid-tier quarterbacks is up for their contract and they're trying to get paid like an elite guy, you got to pivot. You got to start looking elsewhere. Dolphins in 2, I'm telling you. Cowboys and Dak, you're seeing it.
Both of those teams have had way more overall success than any of these teams that you're gonna name. That
The goal is
move on from
championships,
those
though.
guys.
So
you can't
that's
get
the
to
thing.
you can't get to the championship if you don't make it to the playoffs. Both of those teams under both of those quarterbacks have been to the playoffs,
and that's fair. But once you know you can't go any further in the playoffs, and you're just gonna be one and done.
But it's only that until it changes.
If that's your goal, I mean,
because I said with Joe Flacco, that
it
was
goes
the
back
case
to the
until
Jared
it
Goff
changed.
thing, though.
Nick Foles, you can't do it until you can do it.
Yeah, that was no one's hitching their wagon to Nick Foles, though.
I'm just saying in
terms of building a franchise, that was just the biggest outlier scenario.
I'm just saying when we say what you can and can't do. Joe Flacco is another prime example of that, though, what they say you can and can't do until you actually do it, and all you gotta do is that one, and now
that's
it changes.
Fair, and that's fair. But yeah, my money's not on Kirk Cousins doing it or Dak Prescott doing it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't see it, because I don't think they're like how Joe Flacco played.
Yeah,
was elite in that playoff run. How Nick Foles played was elite. I'm not banking on Dak Prescott doing that for 4 games or Kirk Cousins.
And that's fair. I mean, we know what they've done for regular season sample size, which is longer than 4 games, and the numbers have been robust. So it's like they've already proven that they're capable. But yeah, it's a difference when everybody is at the best and everybody is good, and you only get one game to play.
Yeah, I just feel like playoffs are different. It is. Yeah. It's hard.
That's why it's tough, but yeah. To act as if getting there doesn't count or doesn't matter is like, nah. We talk about them quarterbacks as if they suck, and it's like, yeah, they still leading their teams to the postseason, and they're losing to the greater teams that have the greater quarterbacks. Yeah,
we got a lot of supers that just rolled in while we were talking there. AJ Martinez confirmed sabotage 7.
Oh, all right, shout out to AJ then.
He also says 7 and Pickens would have had 25 touchdowns. With 7 and Pickens, 14 would have had 25 touchdowns alone.
Respect.
He also says Frank K, Toddy 86, Barbarian, Mike Hood, 900 Juice, and DC 53. I guess he's just shouting them out.
Okay.
And then
shout out to AJ.
Justin Gordon says, does Mike Munchak make our young O-line one of the best?
I mean, I will say yes. Obviously, we wouldn't know until it happened. But sure, I'm going to say yeah. But low key, I look at what Meyer has done with this current group, including the injuries, and I'm like, yo, is Meyer not a good coach? Because to me, I think he's a good coach. I think he's doing a heck of a job with this group, injuries included. So I don't know, but at the same time, with Munch, I mean, we know he had the Munch millionaires, and he also had the elites too. We know his group: Pouncey, DeCastro, Gilbert, Al. Had Beach for a little bit too. Big Moan, shout out to Moan. Like, that don't sound like damn boy, Broderick Jones, James Daniels / Mason McCormick, Mason Cole / Nate Herbig / young rookie Zach Frazier. That's all, man. Like, Munch gonna get the best out of it though, 1,000%, man. So, like, sure, but that's my only thing, man. I think our personnel that we are currently dealing with is a little bit different than that group, man.
Greg Yeager. Oh wait, no, we got Justin Gordon. No,
yeah,
Greg Yeager. Sorry, I'm late. What's the score if we had Kenny at QB yesterday?
Let you answer that one, man.
28-27.
There it is. There it is. Who wins?
You know.
Okay.
Would you say it was a bad toss to Naji by Russ? I think Kenny
he get the sauce
gets
right.
it out in front of him. Yeah.
He get the sauce right.
I think he leads Naji on that toss.
You ain't wanna like my when I said it was a bad toss, but you looked like I was crazy, man.
Now I'm starting to see what you're saying.
Yeah, man, we're aligning on this.
If a different quarterback was in there, it could have been a better toss. I think 7 would have tossed it better than probably Kenny.
It hit him in the bad spot, just like right in the middle of the stuff. Like, why would you put the ball right there, man? You can't pitch the ball there, man. You gotta, just fluff it a little bit higher. Yeah, you gotta spin the ball a little bit when you're doing it too. It makes it a little just for the running backs, man. They catch it a little bit better that way, man. But yeah, shout out, man. Low key,
I don't know.
I actually didn't even pay attention, but post game, Did Kenny do any other like group photo stuff? Any jersey swaps?
I didn't see
ain't
it
even
at all.
peep, yeah. Because usually like, you see everybody link up. Oh, after the game, like,
I
oh,
doubt
that's
it.
the man's. Yeah.
I doubt it.
You think he still got the animosity?
Does either like each other right now?
I honestly don't know, but we did draft him in the first round.
We know Pickens don't mess with Pickett, but
yeah.
What about the O-line? What about Warren? What
Najee?
about
Maybe Najee. Like I'm
I
like, yo,
doubt
Najee
that.
might be his man's.
I doubt that.
Jalen? Warren?
Yeah, maybe Warren.
Warren don't seem like he got issues with anybody.
Warren was talking highly about Pickett on the podcast.
Yeah.
So was Pickens, though.
He was. He was like, bro, with the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, yeah, he was a dog at the combine. Now, that was Pickens' rookie year when he said that.
You are funny. That was his rookie year when he said that.
Yeah, like the O-line's still cool with Pickett. The other receivers, like Calvin Austin. Calvin Austin was at the same draft with Pickett? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, because that's when Calvin got hurt.
Right.
Yeah, he missed the first year.
So
Yeah.
I could see CA being cool with him. But I think the way Pickett left, even if you were cool with him, it's like, it's a tough exit. That's how he left.
What about Cam, TJ?
No. You heard the stories about them calling up Russ and trying to get him in here?
Recruiting that man. Say, yo, Russ, hey, please. I don't care. Please. Side with us, please. I said, ooh. They really was public about it. They ain't even trying to hide that one either. Mm-mm.
Maybe that's something. Whenever I do this Naji Harris fumble research, maybe that's I'll look back on that, see if the broadcast caught anything. Oh, there it is. Wow.
Yeah, bro.
And shoved him.
Bro.
Wow.
You see?
Wait, so where's the penalty?
There wasn't a penalty, bro. That's what we're saying. Yeah.
That's hands to the face.
Yes,
Blatant
bro.
hands to the face.
Yes, bro.
If I've ever seen one in my life.
Bombed on him. I was like, yo, God. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, that just should have been a penalty.
You see what it looked like, Deke? Yeah. Yep.
My God.
Next play. Yeah.
That's messed up.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure his head hurt a little bit, man. You seen what I said, though, bro? He had this whole helmet like, Yeah. But, yeah.
That Pickett question, it's a funny one. I think if you even take it a step further and ask, what would our record be with Pickett this year? And the other one I've been asking to like my friends, what would our record be if we would have stuck with Fields? Like, would we be 10-4 with Fields?
That's actually legit.
Could we be 10-4 with Pickett for a full season?
How would you answer right now?
I think maybe we'd have an extra loss with Fields.
Same.
But we were 4-2 with him. There's just been too many big moments with Russ, like late in these games in fourth quarter. I don't know if Fields is doing that. I would like to think he would, because that was the case for keeping him. It's like, can he be that guy? I mean, we're seeing him turn things around here in a better organization, a better situation. But it's only been 6 games, and we see the talent. We see a lot of the good stuff he's doing. So what does that look like if he gets more settled in down the line, 8-9 games? Like, what's he doing going up against Burrow? I don't know if he's there yet. I don't think so.
I think we have.
So I think it might be an extra.
More.
Yeah, maybe an extra lot. Maybe it could be 2. I think the offense has a better chance of being more consistent throughout the course of the whole game, starting off faster. Some of these times, being a better run team overall.
I think the run
being better in the red zone.
Changes, yeah.
But I don't know, are we getting as many explosive plays? Now, I think that also may come down to, do we let Fields loose? Because I do feel like we had the reins on Fields early on. I don't know if that changes.
Because part of me feels like our positive review on him was due to them limiting his exposure to.
Yeah, because I didn't think it was a bad decision.
Yeah, because it
to
was
try
the
to keep him in
opposite
check.
in Chicago. Chicago, he was like, yo, free reign. And I like the approach, but that's my only thing. I just think that in some of these tighter games, man, some of these games we've seen Russ kind of turn that clock back, so to speak. I just don't know what that looks like with Fields, because it wouldn't be in the traditional sense of like we watch Russ doing with his arm. It's, can you will it via your legs? And we know it's a tough way to live. And to do it consistently, don't put the ball on the ground. You're not getting banged up. All these other things. I mean, when it works, we look at Anthony Richardson, it's like, yo, that's a mutant over there. But then you see how it cannot work when it's, rhythm off, throws a little bit off, ball pop out, and it can get weird with that, man. But I still think we would still be in a dope position, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like right now, no.
Yeah, we would maybe still be playing the Ravens for the AFC North this game.
Yeah.
But maybe it's 9-5 or 8-6.
Yeah. Like, bro, we dead serious clinched already, bro.
What about with Pickett? It might be the same.
Honestly, I think they're
as much as people wanted to hate on Pickett, we were 7-4 when he went down last year.
Thing. Optically, it would just look differently, but you're still gonna be in the same spot. Number one, Coach Tomlin, his approach
I think we're like
9-5
with Pickett.
Coach Tomlin's approach to the games, he's not gonna allow it to get out of hand. You're gonna be prepared situationally, and now it's gonna come down to don't turn the ball over, Kenny. Don't turn the ball over, Phils. Well, as long as they're not doing that, they're gonna be fine.
I think he's got better surroundings. He would have better surroundings this year than what he's had in the past too. Better surroundings. You're thinking about that year 2 to year 3 jump, hopefully, in his play. I think we'd be. I think it'd be kind of similar to Fields. He's 9-5, 8-6, or something like that.
Yeah, definitely got him in that range.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Fourth quarter Kenny, that was legit.
I just think it's
fourth quarter Kenny.
It really depends.
Maybe it's just 10-4. Maybe it's the same record.
Kenny, it just depends on which this is what you deem a good quarterback metric you want to use in that. Because, like, when we talk other quarterbacks, what you deem as good, you got one metric. And then with Kenny at times, how you view him, so it just depends on how you look at it, man.
Well, he did good things.
Yeah.
He did good things. He was 7-4.
Yeah.
Elevated in the fourth quarter. I don't take that for granted. Now, again, if we were going to see the same thing in year 3, if we were going to get basically what we saw from Pickett in year 2 again in year 3, that's not good enough. But I thought we could use some more information on KP8 to see if he would take that next step, because some of that clutch stuff, that's not stuff to just overlook like that.
No, I'd agree.
Obviously, that helps you win games. It does.
Yeah.
And we saw what he looked like that first game after Canada. Really good.
Respect.
First time we had, I think, a 400-yard output as an offense in like 50 games. But, Kenny's not here. I don't know why we're talking about Kenny.
Greg Yeager, he brought him up, man. Blame Greg. I want you. Greg said, what would the score be if Kenny was at quarterback?
Last one. Justin Gordon says, I'm with Deke. Moats, you paying Purdy $50 million here. $50+ million.
So this is the thing. It's not an issue of if I would want to pay him that. It's the market value of that. And if you're not going to pay him, what do you do to your franchise? What do you do to your organization? We focus solely on the team side. It's also still a business. What is the message you are sending through your company when the guy that we all said is, one of the big reasons why they were advancing, right? They moved on from a Jimmy G for this type of. They moved on from a Trey Lance for this type. This is why you keep this guy out here. You can't sell that during this whole process of him making these runs and talk about him being in, MVP all-pro caliber conversations. And now that it's time to pay him and we're looking at the market value, and now we're like, hold on, I want to pay him that much. That's not how it goes. You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. If you don't want to pay him, he'll go somewhere else. But now you run the risk of what? Hopefully I'll hit it in the draft again. Good luck. There's plenty of teams out here that's starving. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that can do what these dudes do. That's why Baker Mayfield left Cleveland and he's still doing fine. When he went to, he was in Carolina for a little bit. Obviously, when he went to the Raiders, not the Raiders, the Rams for that little section. But you look at him in Tampa right now, he's thriving down there. You look at Cleveland. Cleveland moved on from him. They said, oh, man, it's just Baker Mayfield. We could replace that. Oh, man, yeah, we got Deshaun. Like, come on in here. Deshaun, hey, fell off a cliff. Now here you are. Hey, can Jameis be that guy? Can Jameis do it? Oh, maybe we'll draft another guy next year. Repeat the cycle. So we can act arrogant towards these players and act as if their good isn't good enough, or that we've seen so much better, but we haven't. We named the same handful of names of the elite guys, and then it's that next tier guys, and the Bakers, the Purdys, the Daks, the Cousins, the Tannehills, those names that we named that we turn our nose up at are going to be better than 90% of the dudes that are going to be coming out of this thing, and we're praying that, oh, this is the quarterback that's going to hit this year. That's the quarterback that's going to hit that year. They've already proven that they're more outliers than norms for quarterbacks that are drafted, man. Because we could talk Josh Rosen, we could talk Sam Darnold, but we've seen it god awful at times. Now, granted, he's then found a way to resurge it. flip the switch with him, and hopefully he continue that going. But it's like, man, you look at him, Mr. Trubisky, right? We go down the list of higher end picks. Trey Lance, we brought him up, right? Top 5, top 10 picks. Not even the Dax, just the top draft pick guys, man. Not always a hit, man. In fact, you're more likely to crap out than you are to hit on these draft picks, man. So that's the reason why, yeah, if you got a Brock Purdy on your team and you got a chance to probably pay him 50, you better actually sit there and really decide if you really want to play that game or not. Because you see what it looks like when you don't have that guy out there. And that's not the only team that's living that hard life and learning that hard lesson, man. It's multiple teams doing that. Shoot, Carolina's still trying to figure out is Bryce Young the guy? And they just invested what on him? Houston. All right, CJ, man, we know you balled out last year. This year's kind of rocky. All right, come on, CJ. Get it back going like you did last year. Yeah. And you tell me you willing to take that chance on not paying Brock Purdy. Good luck.
AJ Martinez, 2 gloves. Kenny would need 3 now to play with us.
Hey, yo, don't do him like that. He don't need no 3 gloves. But he is another first-round draft pick, though, to just kind of go to what we saying about, taking chances on him.
Utah, it was a penalty that was on the 4th and 7. They said it was after the punt, so we didn't get the first.
Right. They caught it out. Yeah, good call.
It was definitely before.
Yeah, it was because it was during the play when it happened. So it should have been like a during the play penalty, which would have affected the not just field position. I thought it would have changed. We would have got the first down on it because it was no different than if you were getting a holding call. It's not a post play penalty. It's a in the heart of it penalty.
Yeah, what I just saw there.
That was during the play.
I don't. So they're saying it happened after the punt.
Yeah, they were trying to say that it happened.
Didn't look
after
like
the
it
play.
after me.
Yeah,
looked like pretty much as soon as the ball was snapped, he whacked him in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, refs. More evidence of the refs were terrible yesterday.
Yeah, I would agree. All right. Well, yeah, I think that was the final Super too. So it's one of them days. But I like it though, man. We'll be bouncing back. Short week this week, Saturday game, man. So we back in the saddle, man. Tomorrow, getting it in. Yeah. So anything else before we get up out of here, man? Alrighty, man. Well, shoot. Y'all stay safe out there, all right? We got hat and t-shirt game this weekend. That's the best way to get over a loss. Is to copy a win. All right. So we're going to make sure we handle that this weekend. But you already know the drill, man. Hit that like button one final time. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Stay safe. And until next time, baby.
Peace.